Alright then. So, after your glorious victory over the Orcs, as some of them lay in giblets all over the battlefield, some of them have beaten themselves into a pulp thanks to some clever psychic manipulation, and other ones have run off terrified of the Avatar of Death that is Karnath. Now, so the basically the point of that entire escapade was that you were all seeking. Basically, you had all been told that by your illustrious benefactor back in Hive Nada that that there were reports or like they were picking up energy signatures from some sort of energy source out here in the wastelands of this moon that you're on, which is the moon Taruta. And as such, as they've tracked the energy source to this location, you've discovered it to be a crashed Orc ship. You do still have the issue of how do you go about acquiring or, in fact, locating the power source or the energy source. And you believe that you've killed a fair number of greenskins, but you can't be certain that all the greenskins that were on that ship are dead, burned, buried, or what have you. So I suppose the question is, how do you want to go about sort of securing the cargo and loot or whatever power source this is in particular? The guys that came along with you, they're still a little bit hesitant around the wreck because they're not certain if they might run into more greenskins or something. But if you guys can locate it in the bow or wherever it is in the ship, they could probably go in and start basically power tooling their way through the bulkheads and just carve out a section of the ship itself and just take that away rather than trying to detach the power source itself from the ship. So what would you guys like to do?
So we need to locate the power source in the ship before anything else.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I assume we need to actually look inside the ship, seeing we haven't actually looked inside it, have we?
Well, how many NPCs do we have with us at the moment?
So all of you rode in the back of one truck. You know that the other truck that you arrived on is basically it had a bunch of storage equipment, but as sort of the other guys in the other trucks sort of feel that the danger is clear, they actually drive a little bit closer to the wreckage, and then you find that as they sort of unpack the truck, it's actually there's actually a miniature crane underneath that. So the moment they can carve out a section of the ship and just crane it onto their truck, they're good to go. Altogether, you guys have about 6 other sort of just laborers and engineers with you who will help you sort of extract the power source itself. At the moment, you don't quite know what it is or where it is located on the vessel.
I'm gonna have to go in.
Yeah, I think we're going to have to go in and look around.
Well, I mean, someone's going to have to go in. And my compulsion suggests probably one of the NPCs. Because I'm going to cast Compel on him and tell him to go and find the power source for me.
Oh god.
Oh shit.
Okay.
So how many orcs actually ran from the fight?
So there were
2?
approximately
It was like
9 orcs
Oh, sorry, it was
currently
the whole group,
unconscious.
wasn't it?
Yeah, approximately 9 orcs are currently unconscious because they got seriously confused in the fight and started beating each other up. Of the orcs that ran away, the last you saw, there were about 3 that legged it. You don't think they're coming back anytime soon.
Actually, forget the compulsion thing. The first thing I'm going to do is go and coup de grace any of the unconscious orcs.
Unconscious
I
orcs.
was about to suggest that.
Yep.
Race you.
That sounds like a good idea.
How do you want to coup de grace?
Gracefully.
With my mono sword.
Yep, so that's a simple...
That'll compel them to coup de grace themselves, and I don't think that's going to work.
Probably
I'm not getting off the truck just yet to join you as much as I'd like to.
You can basically either decapitate, disembowel, however you want to kill them. You can coup de grace the 9 orcs that beat themselves into a pulp because they got confused and thought that it was just a big old scrap.
Efficiently as possible, like basically jam the sword through their chest and carry on.
Yeah, they tied themselves out pretty decently, so there's no real risk of them waking up as you're doing all of this.
How much they were beating themselves up.
Multi-kill.
Dominating. I think Freeze was godlike after that.
So I suppose, actually, how are you feeling, Vaithral? You're kind of not exactly in the healthiest position, if I recall correctly.
How much health did I have? According to my sheet, I have 6 health, so I don't know if I updated it or not.
I believe that might have been your second last fate point spend got you up to 6 hit points, 6 wounds, I should say.
Okay.
So
Yeah.
Oh, wow.
sounds about right. I know you were on 1 or twice during that fight.
Yep.
So I think
Unfortunately, our medic is not present to help with that.
no, he needs some more serious care rather than that can be dispersed from a medkit.
Okay.
Does faction have a medkit? How does faction have a medkit?
Vaithral gave him his medkit,
Ah,
which actually assisted because treating a different race of Xenos is quite tricky. Thankfully, you actually had what you term to be basically Eldar healing unguents and other medicines, which certainly helped and actually negated the penalty that would have resulted from factions Medicaid check.
There's not really much I can do to heal except wait until we can properly rest, isn't there?
Pretty much, and even then,
Yeah.
your actually, what's your total wound point total?
13 is my total.
And what's your toughness bonus? Is it 3 or 4?
Toughness is 3.
3. Alright, so you have lost more than double your toughness bonus, so you're counted as heavily wounded, so you'll heal more slowly than if you were lightly wounded, which is up to double your toughness bonus.
So I
Basically-
can't help him at all.
You
Well,
can
because I'm
attempt-
heavily
yeah,
because I'm
actually,
heavily wounded, you only heal like 1 hit point, don't you?
yeah,
Really weak.
and because faction already used up his Medicaid check on you, Vaithral, basically that you can only receive that type of Medicaid from that specific Medicaid check once per day. So, until you get back to the hive, you're not really going to be able to heal yourself unless you choose to spend your last remaining fate point.
you should sit the fight out.
Just a reminder on that, fate points do regenerate after a solid rest, so an 8-hour rest. They will regenerate, and you'll be able to spend them again. But until then, you won't have any more, well, except for that one.
I have 1
Yep.
left.
Yep.
Well, since I can't really heal, I may as well. I don't know. Well, we may as well look in the
You
ship.
don't have to take point the next
Yeah.
time.
Let me freeze and rise take point. You might need tech to see if you can figure out where the energy signature is coming from in the ship.
I'm fairly certain the rest of you can take point ahead of me because Nob still has more health than me.
Serious?
You sure you don't want me on the gun still?
I don't think you can see in the hole anymore, can you?
No.
And yeah, I have 5 wound points total.
Wow.
Wow.
Serious?
Well, I've got 13.
Apparently.
I've got
Wow.
13 wound points and 2 fate.
I've
That's
only
a
got
lot of-
9.
That's a lot of wound points. I'm going to be honest. I've only got
Yeah.
13 because I took sound constitution twice.
I got some really good rolls on wound points.
I only
I
got
got-
9.
Yeah, 5 win, 3 fate.
Yeah.
Crikey,
So
no.
I would like to perhaps remind everyone that Dralius, you do in fact have a servitor skull.
Yeah, I do.
Oh, you totally do.
Oh yeah, that's right. I can send him up to scout. The last time I tried doing that, it didn't go so well, but I'm willing to give it another go.
um, just to interrupt, sorry. Rise, you say you have 5 wound points.
Apparently,
What's your toughness bonus?
3.
You should have at a minimum 8. Did you
Why
did you
did
roll for your wound point?
I don't know?
Roll a 1d5.
Okay.
Did you just
Rise.
forget
I
completely?
love the fact that I went through an entire fight with not enough health.
Wait, but if
You're lucky you didn't get
if
attacked.
he rolls the 1d5, couldn't he theoretically get? Well, that equals 5 anyway, doesn't it? 2 plus 3.
No, it's
Double,
twice their
isn't it?
toughness bonus, so it's
So
2
that's
plus
why
1
that's
plus
8.
twice his toughness bonus.
That makes more sense. You got 8 now.
I have no
Yeah,
you're
idea.
actually-
You got 9.
You got 1 less wound than I
9.
did. Oh, he's got
2
9.
plus
So he's actually
twice-
at the same
twice
amount of
tough.
wounds as me.
Yeah. So
Cool.
I have
That makes
no
sense.
idea what happened with you.
I don't know if I didn't roll it and missed it or what.
I assume what you did
you're
was you
puny
didn't
health, not that
add-
puny.
double your toughness.
Maybe I probably rolled and added single toughness.
It's
Yeah,
1d5.
probably.
It's 1d5 plus 1 plus double your toughness bonus. So if anyone else has made that mistake among the Elder, please change now.
Oh, I'm so happy I didn't get hit.
I have no
Yeah,
idea what my
lucky
health
your
is.
psychic skills are
So-
so good.
Mine seems about right though, I guess.
Actually, I was laughing every time everyone was getting pummeled by the orcs. I'm like, oh, I can't even take one of these hits.
Okay. So after that little hiccup, Alex, you said you were looking at sending your servo skull
Yeah.
into the root.
Yeah, I'll send my servo skull to pretty much just scout the top of the ruins, just get a bit of a cross section of it from a bird's eye view. See if I can do a
Yeah.
little bit of a scan.
So do a tech use test so that you can coordinate its scanning.
Yep.
Alright.
Nothing on top of this, so just +0. Oh, nice.
Yay!
So yeah, basically, you managed to sort of direct your servo skull around the various areas that you're looking at, and you can see that this orc ship has taken a fair bit of damage just from the crash itself, and you can't really determine what sort of made it crash. It could have just been shoddy piloting, could have been a sudden dust storm. It could have been pretty much anything. You can't really pin it down. As far as you know, the engines are still functional, and from what you can determine that with that 1 degree of success, it seems like the engines are powerful enough to get off planet, but not powerful enough to do any form of interstellar journey. So it seemed as though this ship was either descending from an orbiting ship or was heading up to an orbiting ship.
Okay. Do I also spot any way into the craft? Any clear way in?
Well, there was the way all the orcs came out.
Yeah, there's that.
That sounds safe. You should go there.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. Like, is there any other way in? Like, preferably one that doesn't go into a nest. Or is that the only way?
Do a perception check using your servo skull, as you can kind of direct it to look particularly for that.
Do I have to roll against my servo skull's perception? Or it's got its
You're
own
basically
stats?
coordinating it. You can basically coordinate it. So roll against your own.
Roll against my own perception. Okay.
This is specifically an awareness test. Sorry.
Oh, I've got that too anyway, so it's pretty much the exact same. Whoa! I got a 6 there. That's a good roll.
So yeah, basically, after you sort of turn your servo skull around, looking around at the various aspects of it, and you do spot You do spot a small, what you would believe to be a porthole if you saw it on any other vessel. So it's a very sort of tight and closed space. You reckon the service skull could fit down there fairly neatly, but not really an ordinary sized person.
I'm not going to risk that just yet. I think I'll wait till we get closer and we've actually got a higher chance of securing the site before I send my servo skull in, because it could just be going into a trap and then just gets hit by a chopper.
From what you can see of like this access port, it does seem as though it's it's akin to a ventilation duct. So
Okay.
if an ordinary sized person can't fit in there, there's no chance in hell an orc is.
Okay. Actually, no. I'll
do
send
it,
it
Jack.
through then.
Do it.
Yeah, I'll send it through.
Yep. So do another tech use test for me as the service skull is like generally like plodding along down through this access port.
Okay.
It's probably a bad thing if you fail.
I know.
This is
Oh,
relatively
God damn
easy.
it.
Oh,
73.
God.
Here comes
It's
the bad
Well,
roll.
relatively easy, but you still that many degrees of failure is successful. So it's kind of like it activates like sort of infrared sensors, so you can see you're in throughout this porthole, and it just looks like some sort of ventilation system. You can't tell if it's like there's any sort of pattern, or if it's like you can't tell if it's like specifically leading somewhere. Considering you've never been on an orc ship before, you don't know where this could go. This could lead. This could lead into the the main deck, to the living quarters, anything. You don't know where this could go.
So I'm guessing after all that I can't move it forward through the duct?
Oh, you can. It's just that you're basically going to be going blind.
Well, if I can still sort of see into the ventilation duct, like how far it actually goes, I might actually just do that, just nice and safe, like not actually going too far into the black.
Well, it's already kind of at the angle at which you're sort of coordinating it. You've already lost sight of it as it's sort of like descending into the ship.
Okay.
So you personally can't see it from your position, but it's sort of beginning to sort of poke around inside.
Okay. So from when the servo skull was actually doing its initial sweep, it couldn't see any more orcs on the surface.
Not on the surface. Like you caught a very brief glimpse of the three orcs who were still sort of running off across the dust in the distance, but they're pretty far off. There's no real signs of any other sort of like orcs
Okay, so
potentially
they didn't.
coming out of the woodwork.
Yeah, so they didn't go back into the ship then. They just ran from it.
They did just run.
Okay. Well, I'll pretty much just tell that to the rest of the team.
Yep. So what does the rest of the team want to do?
Well, we do need to look around inside it ourselves, don't we?
Could try. Yeah.
Could,
I don't know. I really doubt these guys are going to come any closer to the wreckage. So, I think we're on foot from here.
you want to stay on the gun tech?
Unless you really need me to open the door or anything like that. If there's some sort of lock or something on the ship that you need to get through, you might need my help.
How much health does Freeze have?
I don't know. How many wounds do you have, Karnath?
We lost him.
Great.
The great silent.
The joke here is that I cast sensory deprivation on him.
What's his wounds?
Sure.
He's got
I'm
a total
thinking-
of 9.
Okay.
I'm thinking Nob should probably sit this one out if there's the possibility of orcs in there. He's all out of fate points.
I couldn't do anything by sitting down, though.
Yeah, actually,
You get on the gun.
Amarak, could I get a Psyniscience test from you, please.
Sure. Yay.
Oh,
This
51, not enough.
it's not a particularly difficult test. This is actually relatively easy, so that's actually enough.
Hooray.
Okay.
So,
Nice.
you believe that, considering you did a fairly general broadcast prior to the start of the last fight, you believe that on the balance of probabilities, considering you stirred up all those orcs by doing that widespread sort of psychic eminence, I can't quite recall what psychic power you used, but you did rattle the orcs, and you believe that if there was anything else in there, it's probably not particularly strong.
Sweet. Let's punch some Gretchens.
Right, I'll take point with my pistol and the black sun filter.
Yeah.
The what? Oh, black sun filter that allows you to see in the dark, yes?
I'll take point. If Rise and Freeze want to back me up, and Knob as well. Tech 160 on the ground.
Probably should.
Just a question.
Okay,
How much?
okay, Tulu.
Since I'm mostly armed with like high-grade explosive weapons, what's the chances of something going wrong inside if I misfire?
Hug the power source.
Okay, alright. I don't want Freeze with this anymore.
Very high. It's not only the fact that you have explosive projectiles, it's also the fact that you have explosive projectiles with a fairly decent penetration rating. So, you can, considering the caliber of the amount of your firepower, you could probably like if you came across a bulkhead, you could probably shoot it and burst your way through.
So on one hand, if we can't get through, then hey, I'm useful. On the other hand, if I accidentally blow up the entire ship with us in it,
If we hit a roadblock, Rise can mentally communicate with you.
Do you have an alternate weapon?
yeah, like a pistol.
Yeah, because if you really don't want to risk it, you can always leave your missiles here. I'm so totally not going to try to use them later.
And just blow us all up because you'll have to do a tech check.
Oh yeah, you saw me on that mounted gun. Wasn't that amazing at point blank range?
So we're fine as long as you don't have to aim.
So, to put it in perspective, your missiles weren't penetrating the side of this crashed ship simply because you're not and a missile is not supposed to penetrate the exterior of a ship that's capable of space flight. The interior is a different matter.
Yeah, screw it. Let's go for it.
Oh god.
Hooray! I have
go.
to dodge.
Nothing can go wrong with this.
Nothing can possibly go wrong.
So I guess
Okay, can I actually get the driver of this mounted gun truck to actually move to the position I wanted it to be in last session, so I actually got a clear line of sight with where they're going? Now that the orc threat's gone, they got a better chance of moving?
They can definitely do that because once they set themselves up there, they'll the two guys who are in the cabin of your truck basically move out and start coordinating with the other guys in terms of organizing the crane mechanism and all the other things to once you guys locate the power source, they can basically pretty much rip it out of the ship as soon as possible.
Yep. Okay, well that's what I'm going to be doing while these guys move, just so I can actually properly cover them this time rather than having wreckage blocking half my firing line.
Yep. Sweet. So I suppose...
Also, I'll send my servo skull back out of the ship and overhead again, so I can have it watching from the sky.
Sure. I suppose... Tashta, you're leading this glorious descent into the crashed ship.
Time to shine.
I suppose the question is, how do you sort of lead this procession? Do you try and maintain an element of stealthiness, or are you looking to just find this thing as fast as you can?
I'd like to enter cautiously, keeping an eye out for any remaining orcs.
Silent move test from you.
What?
Go! Go on.
Oh, this is gonna fail so badly.
Oh,
Yeah.
61.
Yeah, like as you sort of clamber up into the opened hatch where the orcs jumped out, you step on basically the interior of the hallway, and it's just a mess. Like there's broken shards of metal everywhere. You clang against some loose shrapnel from probably left over from one of Karnat's many explosions.
So I'm basically Pippin in the Mines of Moria.
Yeah, pretty much.
Full of
Right. I guess,
Of course.
can I do an awareness check now that we're in the thing?
Yeah.
You are aware that you are loud.
Oh, that's probably what happened.
Oh man!
I'm just blind and disabled here. What the
It's like
No, it's
kicks
not.
something over and goes, "Did you guys hear that?"
See, it's not particularly like the amount of noise that you're making means you can't really hear if anything's deeper in this crashed ship. But at the same time, it's just like if you're looking around, you see that this hallway, it's mangled. Like you see like parts of other sort of compartments within the ship sort of like have crunched into this one, and you can see that as the orcs came out, they were literally like they could fit maybe two orcs abreast in this hallway, whereas usually you'd imagine like a whole like five of them could climb out at once, simply because this hallway that you've currently entered into has basically been scrunched and compacted a little bit from the impact. There is only one way to go, and that's deeper into the vessel. So how would you like to proceed?
I guess we'll move forward. I keep my pistol ready.
Yep.
Yeah, move forward.
How far
wait,
back
My
is
brain ready.
yeah? How far back is everyone else?
I'm going to
I'm
remain
hoping
quite
that-
far back.
I'll be close-ish behind him, I guess.
I'm still on the truck.
Yeah, I know you're still in the truck. um,
I'm safe out here.
I suppose.
Have fun in there. Try not to bleed to death.
Yeah, I suppose the question is, you're going to have a really hard time trying to find whatever this is, and you don't really have like a reference point for what you're looking for. You just know it's a power source, and you don't really know what that might mean.
Can you use your
Probably shouldn't have
tricorder to
stabbed
find
the
it?
orcs.
Question: do you have survival as a skill?
No.
Does anyone else have survival as a skill?
No.
Nope.
No.
Alright then, you're going to be spending a little bit more time than you probably planned, because it's simply, as this ship has lost any semblance of like an internal structure, uh, corridors just end suddenly as sort of the ceiling has caved in. Other corridors lead you through a winding maze and then end in a sudden dead end. You can't really figure out any which way to go, and you spot like various different kinds of like orc graffiti, but I'm pretty sure no one here knows how to read orc.
No.
Yeah. So after a while, you estimate, Doralis, you estimate that in the time that they've been down there, it's been maybe, it could be as long as anywhere between half an hour and an hour. It's just the the ship is quite, from the exterior, it was actually quite large in comparison. So it was about 50 to 60 meters across on the length. So it wasn't exactly a small ship by anyone's imagination.
Hmm. Well, something I
After a
could
while,
scan.
yeah, after a while, you do manage to locate what you believe to be the engine room, and it's fairly securely bolted shut. What would you like to do?
Can we communicate with others outside?
You got comm beads.
You'll have microbeads, yeah. You can
Oh, cool.
communicate.
I guess I'd like to ask Tech if he thinks he can get this door open.
Well, what kind of mechanism is that door using?
A big one.
It's made of metal. Metal.
Oh, why didn't you say? Oh, well, all right, I'll be right there. I'll hop out the truck and head towards where they went.
It's
Just follow the massive noise I'm making as I'm going to the ship. Fine.
yeah, it's going to take you a bit shorter. So in the approximately 40 or so minutes that they took to get there, you can arrive there in about 15. So it's definitely easy to find enough that you're just hearing them, the noise is echoing throughout the ship, and you just avoid all the wrong turns. So you arrive with everyone else, and you have come across the bulkhead to what you all believe to be the engine room.
Open sesame.
Okay, is there any control panel nearby for the door?
There was, but it's kind of wrecked now.
Of course it is.
Can I put it back together enough so that I could trigger the mechanism to open that bulkhead?
Could you jerry-rig it enough to open the bulkhead?
Yeah, that's basically what I'm thinking of doing. Like if say like it's been ripped out, maybe I can sort of just put the two wires together and just make it.
It
Send
happens
the
in
signal to open
Stargate
the door.
all the time. It's totally possible.
I suppose this is pretty tricky. Like the state of everything isn't particularly. It's not in a particularly good way, and even then you're dealing with Ork tech. So this is going to be a very hard tech use test. So it's a tech use test at a -30.
Oh shit. Actually, hang on. Have I got some gear that can help me here?
Now watch him crit win it.
Hang on.
He's gonna
Trying to
roll
think
a
what I
one.
Can my combi tool be useful here?
Remind me,
Not
what
at
does
all.
your combi tool? Is that just a general function of other tools and essentials?
Yeah, it's one of the common tools that Adeptus Mechanicus has. They're basically mechanical devices that give me a +10 bonus to tech use tests. I'm not sure if it works on Ork tech.
Yeah, well, it's a general that will give you a +10 bonus generally to tech use tests.
Okay, so
yes.
it'll only be a -20 now.
What's the target number you're trying to roll under?
24.
Oh,
You have a quarter chance, and depending on how badly or how well you roll, could determine if you have a chance to repeat to keep going.
Just don't set off the ship's defenses. That could be.
just don't blow up
I'm
the
more worried
engine.
about setting off the ship's auto destruct, but yeah, okay, we'll keep it what you said. All right, here we go. Actually, it's a
not that
fail.
bad.
Not that much
Yeah,
of
it
a
wasn't
fail.
too bad of a fail.
That's all right.
The 39.
Without the minus, that was okay.
You
Hmm.
couldn't quite get it, but you realize that it's still fixable. You're looking at it, it's just like, I can get this to work, but I just need more time.
I'll pretty much just tell that to the team. Just cover me while I try to fix this thing. It's a little bit tricky being tech I do not know, but never fear, I'm on the job.
Oh, protecting
wait.
people as they open doors are the worst kind of missions in games. Throw it out there.
What the hell's a game?
Yeah.
So you may try again if you want.
Okay. So I'm using the combi
Does
tool
the, wait,
again.
hold on. Does the penalty decrease with each try? As he gets closer to figuring it
Or
out?
if I'm more careful when doing it, do I get anything?
You
Let's
can
go
take
to-
longer to do it. Basically, you just try to quick sort of a few minutes to get it working, and you realize that you're going to need more time. If you spend twice as long, you can reduce the penalty by another +10.
Okay, I'll do that. So make it only a -10 modifier, so now I only need a 34 or lower. Okay. Oh, 55. Not enough. It just got worse.
It's not going to break again, but you're just getting like as you spend even like longer to do it, you're getting more frustrated. It's just like you can't get it to work. It's just not working.
I'm just standing there. tapping my-
Blasted Ork Tech!
Would you like to try again? At this point, you've spent about probably like 13 minutes on the store alone.
Well, if you all get really bored of this, we can always just blow the door open if you really want to, but it's
can't
entirely up
help
to you.
but-
Would you like me to keep trying?
Yeah,
I can't
let's
help
go.
but wonder because the top mentioning that my missiles will go through bulkheads. Then 30 seconds later, there's a bulkhead sitting there.
It's
Well,
also the
this-
it's also the
yeah.
case of think
You
about
could
what would
damage
happen in an explosion in confined space.
Yeah. That's
You
exactly
could also risk damaging the power source, or worse, making the power source also explode along with the ship.
Yeah. I'm not a fan of the whole explosive thing.
It's a little
I
bit
am.
risky.
Uh,
More
Jorelius,
than
could I
welcome to
please
bash
just-
the door down.
could I please just get a standard just roll 1d100. I want to see if you remember something.
Okay. / roll 1d100. 63. Damn.
You do have a power axe.
Kidding.
The fact that you made him
Wait,
roll
I can
for it.
use that. I can really use that.
Well, it's a power weapon.
So we're
Yeah.
sitting here watching
You
him
can
mess
cut
around with his
through it,
control
can it?
panel, and then he pulls out his axe.
Yeah, you've seen him with this thing on his back the entire time as he's trying to fiddle with the orc wizardry that is their sort of very primitive computer network.
I didn't realize it could work that way. Oh. Yeah, I was just thinking, no, I might try this. I'll do this with my axe, and I'll just swing the axe right at the bulkhead.
Just roll damage. I want to see how long it'll take you.
Okay, my damage.
Oh god, please crit.
Yes.
Okay.
I'm gonna be standing there watching him hack this door to bits.
17 damage.
You cleave straight through that bulkhead. Yeah.
Woo, tech use.
I was hoping it was just like,
basically-
I'll do this with my axe, and I just cut through it in one go.
So frustrated with the with trying to fiddle with the wires. Like, goddamn door!
Just cut it,
That's
it's
pretty
basically
much
cut it
what
in half.
happens. Yeah.
Are you sure
So
you
you
should be in
basically-
a tech list?
Your power axe, you sort of power it up, and you see like this shimmer effect, and you just see it like slice through this door, like vat-grown margarine. It just peels apart at your blade, and it as you sort of like you can wedge it open now, and you can step into what you now discover is in fact the engine room, and you find that the engines are actually still functioning, which is a slight bit concerning. And from what you can see, basically, as you look around, you're getting a shot of just three massive sort of engines projecting out of the end of this engine room, and they all seem to be connected to this one central source. If you do a tech use test, I can tell you exactly what type of power energy is being derived from the source.
So just a standard tech use check?
Yep. Plus 10. It's pretty easy.
Okay. Pretty easy, doesn't really cut it, I still fail at 61.
Hit it with your power axe.
So you can't quite pin down exactly what it is, but from your memory, Orc stuff isn't particularly technological, so it's probably a safe assumption to believe that it's a Prometheum Prometheum generator.
Mm-hmm.
And for those who aren't quite familiar with what Prometheum is, basically Prometheum is a very general 40k term, so it's a general catch-all for any sort of flammable liquid. So diesel, petrol, unobtainium. Yep. So it's it's you believe it could be Prometheum, but you can easily start radiating this in now and get the crews in to extract it.
Just check that it's secure here first, like whether or not we hear any more orcs hiding or something like that.
If you're looking specifically for like any orcs or anything, do an awareness check. Everyone can do this, by the way.
Oh, I got it. Nice, 35. Oh, right on the dot.
Yep.
Spot on.
Right
I
on the
constantly
dot.
forget what the bonus is that we get for like most of our perception stuff.
Plus 10, I think.
You guys get plus 10 because you're enhanced.
Yeah, there it is. I couldn't remember
Yeah,
where
because
I
you're
wrote
older.
it.
Wow.
Oh, what?
Did you roll
You
100?
rolled 100.
Wow.
You permanently go blind.
Hooray!
Yep.
For my next
And
feat, I'm taking blind fighting. Oh wait.
so, Amarak, your eyes still haven't quite adjusted to this area. It's a very dimly lit part of the ship, and then you enter the engine room, and then you just see like very like sparking bits of electricity popping out of the generator. It's like, my eyes. Karnath, you're not quite. You haven't still quite adjusted, so you can't really see it either, and neither can you, Tashta. But yeah, Duralius and Vaithril, as you sort of like step into the room, you do spot like there are scurrying around the edges of this room. So there is something else in here.
Gentlemen, we may not be alone here. No grenades. The power source is right here. We don't want to risk exploding it.
Photon.
Oh yes, doesn't actually damage. Yes, once we can see them.
Can they make out where the scurrying's coming from?
No, I don't think we can.
Not with those degrees of success. If they're able to sort of determine, if they're able to roll a little bit better, they could probably pinpoint it. But at the moment, they're like catching sort of like things that sort of pop up every now and then to look at them, and scurrying sounds along the sort of gangways and things within this room.
But it's all within the room?
It's, from what they can tell, it's all within this room.
Should we try and secure the room?
Should.
How
I'm
would you
thinking
like
of
to go about that?
I'm actually thinking of bringing this servo skull in to scan the room with infrared. See if it can spot the heat signatures of the orcs.
Yep. Certainly do that. So, as he sort of does that, he's getting a lot of disruption from the still active energy generator in the center of the room, and there's still quite a lot of heat coming off the engines. You don't actually know how long this ship has been crashed here, but even if you on a conservative estimate of about 12 hours ago, these engines are still running hot. So it's you can't your servo skull is getting like very brief blips every now and then, but the same thing as you can't really pinpoint it anywhere in particular.
Can I turn off the engines from where we are?
So you certainly can. You will need to descend down to the prime energy source, energy generator, but you can certainly attempt to do that. Thankfully,
thinking
it's this is you won't actually even have to do a tech use test for this because there is a bright red thing.
That might be it.
Yep. In the name of the Omnissiah, I shall put this machine to rest for the time being, and I just hit the button.
Turns out it's the knob of a knob.
God damn it.
You just punched an orc in the dick.
So as you do that, you hear the sound of the generator slowly sort of like coming to a halt, the slight vibrations that you guys have been feeling in this room have ceased. But at the same time, that the energy that was being given off by the generator was giving out pretty much the only major source of light in this room. So unless you have some form of dark side or anything similar, you're kind of now in total darkness.
Damn,
Black
guys.
sun.
Yeah, he's got his black sunglass things, doesn't he?
Yeah, I think the only one who's currently blinded is you, Duralius. Or do you have some sort of dark side?
Could you,
No, I don't.
could
I
you
don't think
kind
I've
of
even
use
got a
your
torch.
service skull to look around the room? Like, can you...
That's what I was doing initially, yeah. So, has it got a torch?
What about did you have infrared?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, I was doing it. So I was doing an infrared scan earlier. So now that the engines are off, I keep looking at that, seeing if the infrared's changed.
Yeah, so basically the infrared that you're getting through, how do you receive that, by the way? Are you receiving that on a data pad or something similar?
Yeah, so I've got I basically got it on my data slate. So what it sees, I can see on the actual data slate, like a video pic feed.
Yeah. So as you sort of as you look around as you sort of like looking around at your data slate, and a data slate is basically the equivalent of an arcane, sort of very rudimentary tablet computer. As you're looking around, and it's just like the heat that was from the engines is slowly starting to fade away, and you are picking up more clearly the sign of these little creatures every now and then. And then you guys, like, as the engines finally spill the halt and the darkness comes around you completely, you do hear like they start more scurrying every now and then. Everything's like there's more rattling as something's making a lot of noise, and you can hear what sounds like wrenches banging on the sides of the walls as a great cacophony is starting to erupt from around you. What would you guys like to do? Something
I
like
asked Aurelius if you can see where most of the creatures are.
Do I?
you're
From a data
kind
slate?
of like as you sort of like your servo skull's turning around, like it's hearing the noises too, and it's kind of giving you a very sort of like trying to do as many 360 degrees sort of sweeps as it can. They're like above you on the walkways above you. They're beneath you in sort of the under section where there's workbenches and things. There's there's stuff in the corners and around there. There's quite a few all around you, but altogether it can only seem to pick up life signatures of maybe about 20 or so.
Okay, I pretty much just point out in which sections where I'm spotting them, just to give them the idea of what I'm seeing.
Can I toss a photon grenade to the ones below us?
You can, however, do an awareness check.
Oh, nice. 21. Good roll.
So you can toss it down beneath you because you're currently on a bit of a raised platform, while Duralia stepped forward a little bit to deactivate the main power generator. If you throw a grenade down below, from what you can see of your dark side, you see that down below it's a general mech shop, so a general workshop. and as part of that, there's just anything and everything that might have anything mechanical in it. So, you know, bikes, uh, bikes, firearms, grenades, fuel sources, burners, everything that you can think of is down there.
Oh my.
Does a photon grenade react with any of that? Does
It's
it react
still
with
an
any of
immense burst of heat, so if there's anything flammable down there, it will be affected.
I feel like that means yes.
that? Possibly. It possibly means yes.
Please don't
Can
explode the
we-
ship.
So really, we shouldn't even be firing at the Gretchens below us. Yeah, thanks, Karnap.
Can I actually
Actually-
see any of these things?
You guys can, all the Eldar and you as the Tau can, and the photon grenade, it's potentially, if you aim it correctly, it won't trigger anything, but considering what you personally know of Orks, Orc technology has a habit of doing things you don't expect.
How do we get rid of the damn Gretchens?
I assume they are Gretchens. We don't actually know yet.
Probably. What else would be in an auction? With wrenches.
Could be mech boys.
You guys hear a scurrying down below, and you hear something's being lifted off one of the benches below you.
God.
Could I please have Karnath, considering you are aiming your launch down, could I get an awareness check at a +20?
Hopefully, you don't critically fail.
I
Even
know.
if he fires.
We're just
Do
gonna
I get-
blow up the engine.
Is there any bonus to that one, or
I did.
just-
It's a awareness at a +20.
Oh,
Nice.
wow. That's a
Very nice.
14. Good roll.
So you can see it pretty clearly. So your dark sight that's built into your aspect helmet, it's basically it's not true like seeing in the dark. So you can't see in the dark as if it was in color, but you can see in pretty crystal clear definition. You do spot what looks like 4 Gretchen who are attempting to angle a burner upwards. The walkway that you're currently on is basically the standard sort of engineering walkway. So it's not actually a solid flat surface. It's like a railing. So air vents and so it's an open air thing. So if they get to fire that thing, the flames will shoot straight up through the walkway.
Oh man, itchy trigger finger.
I'd like to toss a photon grenade at the flamer.
Oh God,
you-
it's right below us.
You can attempt that. You will need to do a ballistic skill check to ensure you place it correctly.
The flame weapon,
Do
isn't
I
that going to
get
blow
a
up?
bonus or penalty for it?
You know where it's going. It is a little bit too far. You do have height advantage though, which does provide you a +30.
Nice.
Oh,
Nice.
Actually, my mistake. It's only a +10, but that's still sufficient.
Yep.
Yep.
I got
So
20.
Only just, actually.
Only
It's a point
just, so it's
two.
0.2 degree of
Yep,
success.
so you drop the grenade straight into the middle of it. I suppose that's the thing. You drop the grenade. The floor below you is only about 10 meters. The photon grenade has a blast radius of 12.
Can I
Oh.
warn everyone to turn away before I drop it? Or have I already dropped it?
You already dropped it.
You guys basically freeze. Basically he saw it first, and he pointed like he did sort of the the point down sort of thing. It's just like there, down there, and you all see Tashta sort of drop the grenade. You all know what's going to come, so you'll turn your gaze in time. But yeah, this thing lights up the room, and there's just a huge blinding light as the darkness is just completely wiped away.
Every Gretchen is now permanently blind.
Am I seeing any of this from where I am, by the way?
Your server skull's blind too.
Yeah, you were kind of looking you were kind of still, at the time this was going on, you were still like sort of ensuring that the power generator was powering down. The way where you were standing, you were kind of standing just in front of where the grenade would explode, so you were already facing away from it. It's still,
Okay.
I would actually probably still get a toughness test from you, though, because this is considering you don't have dark sight, you don't really know what's happening.
Yeah, I
Oh,
don't see it
God.
coming, so therefore, yeah, okay, so toughness test. No bonuses or anything like that?
Just a flat.
Just a flat. Oh god.
Oh,
9
God.
to 1.
Tech Priest is down.
Time for some new
No,
eyeballs.
So the unfortunate thing is, as you kind of catch the edge of that blinding light, you also hear a huge number of Gretchen. Like, just, they all scream, and it's just like, my eyes, ah! And yeah, thankfully, you dropped the grenade in a good spot, so it didn't potentially interfere with anything else. But there are, as the light sort of ballooned up, you caught a glimpse at everything else, and you can see just like Gretchen popping out of the woodwork now. But you, from what you can look at, you copped a good half a dozen straight in the face with that, and they
Can I
dropped
start-
the burner.
Can I start aiming and shooting down the ones that are blinded?
No, now we do initiative. So
Oh,
for
God.
you, Geralius, you are now effectively blinded for the next 30 seconds.
Oh,
How
God.
many rounds is that?
Like
That's
6.
5 rounds.
Oh, wow.
I'll learn my mistake. I'll communicate before I use my grenades.
Damn it! Tashta!
I like the way that grenades are a pivotal point in this story again and again.
Again, yeah. If not grenades, then missiles.
You haven't seen my frag grenades yet.
Just
They're
make sure to
actually even
communicate.
stronger than normal grenades.
So as part of this, I would like everyone to roll initiative.
I forgot.
What's
what that
initiative?
is.
Where does it have
1d10
that?
plus your agility bonus.
Right.
Agility.
I guess I'll still roll it anyway because I'm going to be in it. So 1d10
Yeah.
plus 4.
Ugh.
Uh,
Ugh.
God.
2 critical fails.
We're gonna get like
God.
just beaten to death by blind Gretchens.
Yeah.
Oh, mine's not bad.
The blind guy.
The one that
The
Well, I
blind guy's
guess-
got the more initiative.
I guess
I
he
got
would
grenaded.
be.
I'm pretty sure I'm now ready for something.
Yeah, he would be aware that combat is starting. The fact that he's completely blind and like grasping at his
And
eyes.
there is a lot of noise going on. You just hear shrieking Gretchen everywhere. Well, this is amusing. So in
Yeah.
initiative turn order, the Gretchen that were blinded go first.
Oh my
What?
God.
Man.
Man, I must have had a really good initiative roll.
There's the old adage that Gretchen are speedy buggers.
Yep.
Okay, yeah.
So, the Gretchen, they're basically going to roll around and basically be like, my eyes, I can't do it, I can't see, what's it? So they, they fumble around in the dark and they can't even do anything.
Nor can I.
Well, if you're blinded, it means like everything you do is just harder. So they could try and shoot you, but the penalty from blindness is actually so great it doesn't even matter.
Just don't shoot anything, Tech, or hit
I'm
anyone.
not going to. I'm thinking of just noticing that there's trouble. Try to find the ladder and climb back up.
You didn't actually climb down. You're still on the walkway above them,
Okay.
above where the grenade fell. But potentially walking in a straight line is going to be a bit tricky.
Okay, I'm probably actually just going to stay put then. I don't want this falling.
And rub your eyes.
Yeah, I'm basically just going to try and rub my eyes and get my sight back.
Hey, look,
So-
everyone, Techie's drunk.
Yeah, so do a toughness test, because if you're spending the entire round trying to like recover your sight, you might be able to recover it more quickly. Than
Here we
having
go.
waited
Here's
the
do I
full
roll
5
100 and make it worse, and it just goes to 10 rounds instead.
Oh.
Oh, for God's sake, I'm 79.
Pretty
No,
close. Pretty
it's
close.
you're trying to
No,
rub your eyes, and it's just like, I should have had these replaced years ago.
I probably will at this point. Basically, like, these are freaking useless.
I'll buy you new eyes. So I don't have any money. It's not your problem.
So the
Make some out of you.
as sort of like everything's going on, you the ones who aren't blinded, you all kind of look up to your right as you like a scuttling up above you on the right, and you look up and the Gretchen appear to be setting up a gun.
Fuck.
So these Gretchen are going to attempt to fire this gun, potentially badly, but they're going to attempt to fire it at the one who's the shiniest, which at this point is most likely going to be Amarak.
Ah, shit.
Oh, crap.
Well, all that new HP you got just made you a target.
Well, I need it now, I guess, so. Bring it
Uh,
on! Don't bring it on. Bring it
So
slightly.
They're attacking from high ground because they're on the walkway above you. So they do actually hit you. You may attempt to dodge.
Yes.
Basically,
Yes,
in
I
terms of
will.
them setting up the gun and firing it, they weren't able to fire full auto. They could only get off a single shot.
Even, like, can they see in the dark like the Eldar can?
They can. So
Okay.
So it's just a flat dodge roll?
Flat agility, isn't it?
Yeah,
Either
It's got
way,
dodge
I need to
trained,
do it.
right?
if you look into dodge, it's a dodge roll. If you don't have it trained, though,
Oh, I'm
Actually-
trained.
it's a flat agility roll. So you have a pretty good chance.
I do. Watch me fail.
yeah.
Oh, wow.
There it is. Gee,
You failed it.
sure wish I had higher agility other than 50.
You have a 50% chance of success, and you still failed.
Yep.
All right.
God,
Let
that's
me
horrible.
see how much damage this does. So
All the damage.
basically, because you see like about 5 Gretchen standing up above you, and because they've all had to fire this one gun, which you actually recognize, it looks like the guns that the Orks were wielding.
Oh, good. They've
at this-
missed.
No, they did miss. Sorry, they did hit, but it's a shooter. It's not particularly good, but it does require all 5 Gretchen firing onto it to maintain a solid target.
I want to see that.
Uh,
Maybe, aiming at
yeah, the
someone.
hilarious thing is they actually succeeded where the Orc guys that were supposed to be able to know how to use that gun failed.
Yep.
So,
Armor class
Shooter
plus
dealt-
toughness bonus. I
yes,
assume
what
you
is that?
need it.
What is your total?
7.
It dealt 1 point of damage.
Whoa!
Yeah. So, meanwhile, while they were busy setting up a gun, these other Gretchen from sort of further away, they were actually hiding in one of the recessed corners near one of the engines. They've actually sort of turned around and they've basically gone. They look like they're shouting at something. They're just like, "Come on, come on, come on, come on! That's it! Oh shit, run!" So what happened is basically they looked like they were wrangling something, and they're kind of fleeing from something now.
Oh,
You spot
God.
what you spot what looks like a meat bag on legs running around and coming towards you.
I'm gonna kick it.
It's actually too far away to attack someone this turn, but next turn it's going to basically just charge straight into someone and barrel into it. It's kind of distracted at the moment by goblins and Gretchen.
Sweet. That's exactly what I needed.
Excellent.
So he's-
Amarak, you got shot. It is now your turn.
Okay, as a free action, I'm gonna go. How far away is the meat sack on legs?
From you, it's about 12 meters.
Sweet. I'm gonna compel it to keep attacking the Gretchen.
Right.
Just like basically ignore the tall guys.
So, roll your 1d5 to see how many degrees of success you did. So remember, this is 1d5 that is deducted from your total psi rating.
Yes, I'm trying to remember what my total psi rating was.
I believe it's currently at 2 or 3.
3. Oh yeah, do I still have... I can't remember what it was called, but it was like a bonus to psi rating when you're focusing?
No, basically, your... Actually, hold on, I had this here. As an Eldar, basically, if you're using your powers at the fetid level... had it here, hold on. Yes. The Psychic Cancer's psi rating is half of its normal value, rounded up. So if you have a psi rating of 3, it counts as psi rating 2. But you automatically succeed, and you're considered to have scored a number of degrees of success equal to his psi rating minus 1d5. So
Right, okay, yeah.
you quite literally have to roll a 2 to roll a 1 on a 1d5 to get any degrees of success on this.
Roll a 1, did you say? Okay, I'll do that. Hooray!
One.
So
Liar.
describe how you're trying to compel this flesh on legs to do something.
Avoid tall
Oh.
guys.
I was just saying, is it kind of like snapping at the Gretchen, or is it like flat out just being aggressive to anything near itself?
It's being aggressive to pretty much anything near it. It's basically like they're trying to bring a wild animal to a fight, and then they're just like, oh shit, we can't actually control this, run.
Well, if it's a wild animal, I think the simplest thing is to convince it that it's absolutely starving and there's only one thing it feels like eating. Gretchen.
Just make it like it's in the cartoon where all Gretchens turn into like giant pieces of meat.
Yeah,
Like,
exactly. It's
See, the
like
thing-
giant comical lick its lips.
The thing is, it always thinks that anyway, so it's just going to go after the Gretchen even more rapidly than it was going to. It was coming towards you because you guys looked more appetizing, but now it's changed its mind.
Sweet. Oh, yeah, let's just go, we taste bad.
So you're basically saying that the Gretchen are prime rump steak and you guys are just McDonald's.
Pretty much.
Yep.
Did I actually identify what it was? Or would I not know
You
that?
have knowledge Xenos, I believe. Or that probably isn't it.
No.
Scholastical or common law, Xenos?
No, the only scholastic I have is cryptology. I don't even know about aliens, apparently.
No,
And I
that's
have
something
one.
you can potentially get later down the track. But you haven't really interacted with orcs too often to really know what this is. You might know it outside of game, but your character specifically hasn't really fought against this thing, whatever it is.
Fair enough. And then I'll just, as a free action, can I just shout out, ignore the little meat sack on legs?
Yeah, certainly. Everyone can hear that quite easily. Vathril, your turn. There's Gretchen up above you on the right. There's Gretchen currently running away being chased by a flesh bag. to your front left, there's the Gretchen down below who are basically writhing around trying to get their eyes to work again.
Is there any way I can jump up to the platform above me and try and attack the ones that have using the shooter?
There is a ladder. You can attempt to scale it quickly and attack this turn, but that will require a climb check.
Climb check. What's a climb?
It's,
I'm not trained in it.
You're not trained. You can attempt it. It is a strength test. So basically, depending on how well you succeed on this, I'll let you know if you successfully get up on top of the upper walkway.
Well, I'll probably fail, but here goes a critical fail.
Oh.
So
yeah,
you
bit of a
don't-
critical fail.
You don't quite. You had to move to get to the ladder and then start climbing it. So you're about halfway up the ladder. You reckon next turn you can easily climb up the ladder and start hacking them to pieces, but you're kind of stuck on the ladder until your next turn.
Yeah.
So as all this is going down, you hear more sort of scuttling, and you look around also down below you, and you see like what looks to be a bunch of Gretchen who are all carrying like wrenches and things like that, and then just like they see their comrades writhing on the ground, clutching their eyes, and just like, ah, shit, it gets. And yeah, this could potentially be interesting. They attempt to grab the burner and attempt to set it up.
Oh god.
They can't really fire it this turn because the thing is the weight of all 5 of them combined. But if they will be able to fire it on their next turn. Okay, whose turn is it now? Tashta, your turn.
Great. Just quick question: do I suffer penalties to my pulse rifle if it's close range?
No, you get bonuses.
I get bonuses to my pulse rifle if it's close range.
Close range defined as being within half of your, short range. If it's within half of your maximum range, you get a +10. If you're within point blank range, which is less than 3 meters of something, you get a +30.
Oh shit! So I get a +10 using my pulse rifle. Great. I'll be using my pulse rifle.
Who are you shooting at?
Before I take a shot, would it be a free action to communicate with Freeze?
Oh yeah, it's a free action to speak, but obviously there's a limit to how much you can contain within a 6-second bit.
Yep. I ask him if he can take the guys up top if I take a shot at the guys setting up the flamer.
Considering mine's all explosives, that'd probably be the better idea.
I don't want anything in the workshop exploding either.
Yeah.
Oh god, he's going to like explode the gun and blow everything up.
Okay, in that case, I'll take aim and try to take out one or two of the Gretchens. One of the Gretchens trying to set up the flamer.
What would you specifically like to do? Your pulse rifle has a single shot, semi-auto, or a full auto. If you want to take aim, that's a half action, and a single shot's a half action, whereas a semi-auto and a full auto is a full round action.
If I do a semi-auto, how many Gretchen can you just take aim at one Gretchen at a time, or is it multiple? If they're trying to clump up.
It depends. If you want to like scatter your shots amongst them, that's certainly plausible. Otherwise, you can fire at the group in general.
Remember, full auto gives you more bonuses too than
That
semi-auto.
is true.
Okay. And what does taking aim give me a bonus to?
If you choose to go full auto or semi-auto, you don't get a bonus. You can't actually aim.
Yep.
An aim action only provides a +10.
To ballistic skill.
Yes. On top of the
Okay.
+10 for close range.
Okay.
Whereas
in that case, I'll do.
full auto and semi-auto provide a +10 for semi and a +20 for full.
Full auto.
Alright.
I'll take aim at one of the Gretchens, hopefully making the flamer too heavy for them to carry the next round.
So you're aiming specifically at one Gretchen rather than many?
Is it possible to hit one and then take shots if I think it's enough on another?
You have to specify, because if you fire at many, there is a risk of potentially hitting the burner.
Yeah, I'll take. I'll try and fire at two of the two that are comped up together.
Yeah, you can certainly do that.
So
So
you're
you're
doing the-
rolling ballistic skill plus 30.
Okay. So just do I have to click on the name for pulse rifle?
Just do it
Yeah.
by ballistic skill.
You can
No,
do it
they're
by
all
ballistic
R down
skill
the corner.
or roll by your weapon, but I think roll by ballistic skill.
Roll
Yeah,
ballistic
click on the
skill,
name of the skill, it'll let you add the modifier.
and it's plus 20.
Plus 30.
Plus 30.
It's 30. Yay!
And he's still.
Oh,
what?
that'd be a pretty high roll.
Question,
Oh,
what
that's
is
an-
the quality of your gun?
Did he his gun?
What's the what?
What's the quality of the gun?
quality of your gun?
Uh,
You
There's
have a
nothing
good
that might
craftsmanship, which means that I believe that does actually mean it can jam. I'll just confirm that.
seriously,
What was
I
it?
rolled a
97. Jesus.
Wow.
What's the
That's-
actual limit for guns jamming? Is it 97 when it starts?
No, it's actually 94.
Okay.
Is
I
it?
had 44 ballistic skill. That's 74% chance. And seriously,
It's starting to sound a lot like XCOM in here.
Yeah.
yeah.
What you can do, how many fate points do you have? Because you can spend one to re-roll.
Yeah, I think you
I
should.
think I'll probably do that. Yeah, I've got two.
Because I'm
I'll
out of
spend one.
commission. We don't need another one.
Yeah, I'll spend one to reroll.
So
Go for
re-roll
it.
at the same bonuses, you have to accept this result.
Oh, I think I will.
If it's worse, I think we're all going to have a great laugh.
Yeah.
Oh God, shoot me.
Hey,
Oh,
yeah.
19.
Yeah, that's a bit
hard-
better.
That's much better. 5.5 degrees of success.
Thank you, fate
So-
points.
That'll do, Squig. That'll do.
So full auto pulse rifle can hit 4 shots. So how are you allocating these shots? 2 and 2 for each thing?
Yeah.
Excellent. So I suppose roll your damage now for each of those shots.
So we're doing manual rolls for damage, aren't we, to avoid the pairing?
Yeah, you got your damage
is
roll.
good.
Just copy that and then just put /roll at the front. That's what I did.
Shot 1,
Oh, that's shot 1.
shot 2,
You can just do up and enter. I think works as well.
3. One shot 4. Alright.
Damn,
So-
that's some hard damage.
You did
All
deal
above
fair
10.
bit of damage. And what was your hit to roll? So you rolled a 19, which turns into, trying to remember my thing. So 19 turns into a 91, which means you shot the first Gretchen in the left leg. So you shot the first Gretchen in the left leg, and then the right leg. You shot the second Gretchen in the body, and then the arm. So here's what happens to the first Gretchen. The force of the attack reduces the leg to little more than a chunk of sizzling gristle. The target target dies from shock, and the leg immolates and fire
Right down.
consumes the target completely.
Oh god, I forgot it starts fires. It starts fires.
I want to see what happens to the other one. So this one, the target is completely encased in fire, melting his skin and popping his eyes like superheated eggs.
Hooray!
I need to roll a thing now, because that could be interesting.
Yeah, it
Doesn't
could.
that mean the weapon could? Oh no.
Well, that means that 2 Gretchens are now on fire in an area full of, like,
Oh
exploding
no, those
stuff.
Gretchen literally, the force of the shot killed them. But yeah, so Anyone want to
Run.
see what happens when a full burner tank of Promethium lights on fire?
From
Shit.
a safe distance, yeah.
God.
So basically, this full tank of Promethium, it ignites, and it's going to
Oh my God, we're all
explode
dead.
very quickly. But you guys will have the chance. It will explode. The fire is looking at it, and it's going to explode very quickly. You're going to have 6 seconds to get out the way. So on
Well,
the
I
next turn,
can't.
you
I
have
don't
to
really
get
know
out.
what's happening, so I'm
Oh,
still
God.
just standing there, rubbing my
Oh
eyes out.
shit! Someone has to like.
I'll have to
grab
grab.
Techie.
I'll try grab tech and move with me.
You won't be able to do that this turn. You'll have to do that on your next turn, which unfortunately is also when the thing explodes.
Explodes. So have I used up my turn? So basically, I'm going to get caught in the explosion anyways, aren't I?
You'll have a very short amount of time, but you will get a dodge test to jump out the way of the fireball that's coming your way.
Could one of the faster Elder grab Techie?
Save the human and risk myself. I'm sorry, did I mishear you?
We need, we need
Oh
the human.
God, Techie, it's not personal, but you're
Yeah.
human scum.
That's it. Yeah, that really is
Fuck you guys.
it.
Greater good guys.
No.
Better to
I
have
only
this
helped you
little-
get
You're
to
right.
this power source.
anyone
That
Eldar
helps
is worth
the
more.
Orks.
So, considering that just happened, Karnath, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
Run!
Get the fuck out of the way.
I could just shoot it and make it go.
Can we use explosives to put out explosives?
No, it doesn't work that way.
Oh no.
It's just common like energy.
So is there anywhere?
Explosions.
Common enough energy to cancel the other one out. So that's how energy works, right?
No, not quite.
No,
You can
shit.
freeze aim one of his missiles at like the base of the flamer and use the force to push it away before it explodes.
He could potentially, but that's a pretty darn tricky shot. That's at
Yeah, that's
least
what I'm
a
thinking. That's not going to be easy.
Yeah, I was gonna say, but just putting it out there.
You guys just need to get out of the way.
Yeah, just get out of the way.
So is there
Because-
somewhere I can get out, like near enough that I can get out of the way in one turn?
Yeah, in fact, you could probably do it in a half. You could spend half your round moving. So, what's your round movement speed?
4.
You can easily get out of the way of that. It's not too difficult to get out of the way because it's literally if you start walking back towards the bulkhead and away from the central area, you're gonna get out of the way.
Can you do something with the other half of the turn before he moves?
No, because I have heavy weaponry. I need a full turn.
You
Mm.
could fire your shuriken pistol, but do you have the quick draw talent? I believe it's called.
I think I maybe do. Yeah, I do.
If you want, you can quickly swap out to your shuriken pistol and shoot something.
Come on, freeze.
I
Let's
can only
finish
get a
them all
single,
off in one turn.
I can only get a single shot with it though, can't I?
That's correct.
Machine
So
gun.
does quick draw make it a free action or a half action?
It's going to be a free action to draw the pistol, but the pistol only. If you try and bring out your launcher, that's a half action next turn, though.
Alright, I'm just going to back out of the way to start with.
Yep.
I think. So if it does go off and I'm standing there, I've got to make a dodge check, don't I?
No, if you're standing directly there, provided your agility bonus or your degrees, provided that your degrees of success is sufficient to get you out of the way with a dodge check, you will dodge the fireball. But if you're prematurely moving out of the way now, you're going to be able to easily get out of the way.
Alright, I'll have to move. Bloody hell.
Stupid freeze. Didn't even shoot anything.
So the Gretchen down below, the ones who are actually blinded, they kind of caught on to something happened with when they feel hot. They're just like, why is it so hot in here now? Ah! Doralis, it's your turn. You're hearing just like I'm sure there's someone in the background is just going like shit, 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 shit.
Yeah, but I got no idea what the hell that is shitting about, do I? It's just yeah, I'm still blinded, so
Could he possibly do an awareness check to see if he could like feel extreme heat coming from one direction?
He can actually.
okay. So awareness check.
Because you could probably like
Come on,
run
Tech.
away from the extreme heat, or at least move
I'm
away.
probably
from
going
the
to get a
extreme
penalty from the awareness check because I can't actually see, or
This is like you're feeling and hearing, so you're hearing like stuff's going on, but it's the rabble shouting. You can't make out what they're shouting about. Also, yeah, they're kind of speaking like Orky speak, so it's a bit hard to understand them anyway.
But he can't
okay.
feel the
So
He can
So
do an
that-
awareness check. This is not going to be easy, so it's going to be a neg 10 for an awareness check.
yeah, I thought as much.
What?
No way.
Oh,
77.
No, you don't quite know what's happening at the
Okay,
moment.
well, I'm just going to keep trying to. Basically, I just keep rubbing my eyes out, trying to get my sight back.
Yeah,
So straight up toughness test again.
yeah. Try that. If you might be able to get your sight back to realize that you're about to have something on fire.
Bullseye.
Hey!
11.
Nice.
Okay, so that has actually reduced the number of rounds in terms of that you are blinded. So next round you will not be blinded, but you're in a bad spot.
Damn it.
Bad spot.
Damn it.
So at the start of your next turn, you will be able to act normally. It's just that unfortunately, because you're completely unaware of it at this stage, you're not going to be able to get out of the way of the fireball.
Oh. I guess that's what happens when a towel grenade hits me without warning.
And then decides to blow up the guys below us. Yep.
Yep.
I didn't realize
I
pulse rifles
help
set
him
people
from getting
fire.
arrested, and this is how he thanks me by blowing up a flamer in my face.
Well,
So I suppose
technically you don't know what's happening, so you can't blame me there.
what's happening now? It's the Gretchen above on the upper walkway. They're kind of they've seen you, Vaithral, sort of run up towards the ladder and start climbing. They're just like, oh, daka 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 daka. They're shooting you.
Would have never guessed.
You may attempt to dodge on the ladder, but you're going to be rolling at a minus 20.
Quickly roll up the ladder.
Where's dodge?
Seeing that now, just.
At least I'm training it. Negative 20, was it?
Minus 20, because, you can't effectively dodge while hanging onto the ladder.
Oh no. Oh, that's
Um,
just
all the bad rolls for everyone everywhere.
Yeah, you're. So they daka daka daka, and they were daka dakaing at full auto. So yeah, this could hurt.
Oh no.
How many degrees of success did they get? All right then, 5 shots coming your way.
Oh, come
shit.
on.
Oh god.
So I'm basically dead regardless.
Essentially, this is what fate points are for. You burn them to live. I just want to see exactly what damage I'm dealing to you, because he's daka-dakaing in general, but you could get away with multiple critical hits to multiple parts of your body.
Couldn't you just jump off the ladder at this point? Like, risk the fall damage, then take the bullet
Not at a negative 4 degrees of 4 degrees of failure. If he rolled a little bit better, he could get out the way. So first shot, what's your total armor and toughness bonus combined? Because this might actually be enough to save you.
6 plus 3, so 9.
6 plus 3 is 9. Right. First shot, you take 1 damage to your Where does that hit you first? Hits you in the right leg. So 1 damage to your right leg. And second hit, so total 9 damage reduction.
Yep, that's on every bit of my armor. So.
Yep. Alright, so 9. You take 5 damage to your left leg.
Dead.
Oh, God.
No, okay, how much does that put you on for your
0.
critical hits to your left leg?
Oh no. Oh,
I'm
shit.
kind of thinking that when my turn's coming up shortly, I should just shoot everything and just end it all. Goodbye, Knob.
Okay, so how many wounds were you dropped? Are you on currently 0 flat, or are you currently on negative
I'm on-
something?
I'm on 0 flat, like exactly 0.
Oh, so any more damage they deal now will be straight critical damage to the relevant body area.
And it's only been
Okay,
2
that's the-
hits so far.
So the third hit deals... what's that? Deals 2 damage to your body, so it's 2 impact crit damage to the body.
Does that mean 4 damage? Or
No,
is it just
no.
it does something
it's
special?
basically special things. You suffer 1 level fatigue, and you are knocked prone.
So I fall from
Yeah.
however high I am, so I take more damage from falling.
No, you're actually not that high up to suffer significant fall damage. So, but you're going to be knocked prone and suffer 1 level fatigue.
Fatigue. Where did he put fatigue? Or is it just something I need to keep in mind?
Just something you need to keep in mind.
You just put down in, I think it's like an ailments thing? No, okay, never mind.
Yeah. So basically, fatigue will affect you eventually once you suffer
Oh,
more
it's
fatigue.
It's next to your current wounds. You got fatigue there.
Yeah.
You just put
Oh,
1
yep.
in there.
Yeah.
And your critical
So-
damage is above it as well, so you can put 2 there.
So the dackering, it sort of it ripped up from your legs up to your chest, where it knocked you back off the ladder, knocked you prone onto the ground below. The last shot connected with your head.
Oh, fantastic.
Do a toughness test for me.
Oh no.
Watch me fail this.
Hey, no,
Just
guess
roll
what? You get to
toughness.
roll a new character.
Yay!
No, no.
Oh dear God!
Oh,
Come
okay.
on!
No,
No.
the unfortunate thing is you only suffered 1 more one more level of fatigue. So you're currently at 2 levels of fatigue.
How much
Which
damage
means you
did I
can have 1 more.
What's gonna happen to Nob when the explosion goes off?
He's going to die.
Potentially he will catch on fire from that because he is within the flame burst.
How
Someone
much
has to
damage
save
did I
Nob.
take from the head hit?
Just 1.
Just 1. Okay.
Someone save Nob.
So the unfortunate thing is I did roll a natural 10 on one of those.
Oh.
Fortunately, the crit to continue the Gork's Fury did not continue. So you are fortunate in that regard. You currently have 1 critical damage to your head and 2 critical damage to your torso. So you
Can
thought you might be
write
dead.
critical
You
damage somewhere?
just mark it down that just mark it down on a separate piece of paper that
2.
you're currently suffering critical damage to your head of 1 and to your torso of 2, and you
Just
currently
run up
have
the notes at the
2
bottom.
fatigue points.
Yeah, there's a critical damage tech box
So
above
how?
the fatigue box.
So when am I actually considered dead?
Until he says you
if
are.
the critical damage for any part of your body reaches -10, or actually -8 or above, is generally either crippling injuries or death. So, funnily enough, you were fortunate that they dacked and hit you on several parts of your body, so you're just heavily wounded.
So then,
Yeah,
what happens when you
the thing
exceed
is-
your maximum fatigue?
You pass out.
You do pass out, but until then, I do believe that for your fatigue, you do suffer a penalty to any tests of -10, but I'm just checking that now.
Yeah, I think it's -10 per level of fatigue.
Negative
Fatigue.
20.
Can't remember.
Can take a number of levels of fatigue equal to his toughness bonus. If you suffer from any level of fatigue, you suffer a -10 to all tests. So that's just flat -10.
Doesn't stack up. Okay.
No. So, how are you feeling?
Well, I got a couple of bullets to my skull and a couple of bullets in my chest, but it's fine.
Aside from that,
You're good. So fortunately, the compulsion on the meat sack is currently working extremely well, and the Gretchens are currently being terrified and basically being gorged on by this meat bag.
Hooray!
It's now Amarak's turn. You're currently within fireball range.
Yeah, I am. So,
Move the hell out of the way.
am
So-
I able? Like, do I have enough time to, or in one turn, can I grab Knob and attempt to get both of us out of range of this thing? Grab Knob and jerk it out of the way. I mean, him.
Do a. I just realized you're an Eldar Seer. This is going to be hilarious if it succeeds. Do a strength test for me.
Shit.
What is your strength at?
34.
Well,
Which
going by
comparative-
our rolls,
Like,
good luck.
Considering what it should be, that's fairly high. Oh,
oh,
you know what?
81.
Fuck this game so hard.
I know, seriously. There's no 50-50
yeah.
here. It's
So
just
basically,
like-
he tries to pull my body out of the way and pulls his back out, and he's like, "Oh
Breaks
God,
my
I can't move."
arms.
I know my hip.
So you have a choice. Do you try and get him as far out of the way as possible, or you just like you try and lift him? You're just like, I can't do this. Fuck this.
God, save yourself.
I don't think I have anything I can do here that will be helpful for both of us.
Just
Is there
time out
anywhere
of the way.
nearby that I can like try to get both of us to as a last ditch thing? Not necessarily out of the room, just behind something.
Not really. You kind of, as you're like sprinting to get out of the way, you tried to haul him up and you just can't fall him. He's like almost dead weight at this point because he's just been battered and
Because
bruised.
he's dead.
No point in saving a dead corpse. Just gonna throw that out there. Well, not dead, but
Okay,
I'm
well, I
pretty much
guess
dead compared
as
to
a
everyone
free
else.
action, I'm going to say to Knob, I'm sorry, you will be on fire. Goodbye.
what the
And then just try to get out of there myself.
That keeps me warm, you know.
I
That
foresee
keeps
a
me
very
warm.
warm future for the rest of your life.
Actually, I think more accurately what I should have said is get your spirit stone. Good, you'll need it.
Alright.
Yeah, so I'm just going to try to get out of range of the fireball myself.
You'll be able to get out of range of the fireball. Fortunately, it's actually Vaithral's turn now, so you can
Am I
actually.
unconscious? Oh no, I'm prone, aren't I?
You're currently
Yep.
prone, so it's a half action to stand up. But what is your agility bonus at?
Agility bonus is 4.
If you stand up and run straight towards where Amarak is, you can get out the way.
Yay!
Well, I may as well.
Alright. So,
Oh god, it was Knob.
What's
Yeah,
with
that's
people
a-
trying to like kill me with fire things? I don't
It's your
understand.
friend. Oh great,
So-
now he's going to end up totally addicted to explosions.
so what happens now is that the Gretchen who got shot at before by Tashta, they see that two of them are on fire and they're just like, oh shit, that fire's coming towards us. Screw it, blaze of glory! They burn so hard, and they burn straight towards Tashta.
What?
Basically, the thing that's happening is that in their last defiant act, or like defiant act of stupidity, they fire the burner, which causes it to prematurely explode.
Oh god.
So, Tashta,
dodge?
what is your? Could I please get a dodge
Dodge.
check from you? Yes.
Why won't you dodge?
I don't want to press this.
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
A load of crap.
Whoa.
He stole all
You
the good
rolled a
rolls. You got a good
three.
roll
That's a
before.
3. You rolled a 3.
You just got out of the way. That that flame licked at your heels. Something fierce. Unfortunately, we do have to deal with the matter of Duralius, who is
Oh,
currently
God.
completely unaware of this.
Oh crap!
Um,
I was supposed to yell at him and tell him what was going on.
No one told me what was going on.
I say, chaps, boom!
I'll do this with my boom.
So I suppose the question is, what is your armor bonus on your chest, on your torso?
5.
Right. And that's 5 plus toughness, or is that...
Oh, no, my toughness is 4, so 9 total, I guess, for my chest.
Okay, then. Because
are
you weren't
now
able
on
to
fire.
get out of the way, the flame burst comes up, hits you directly in the chest. It licks around you, and it doesn't actually do anything. Like it doesn't. The initial flame burst doesn't do anything, but you're now currently on fire.
It shouldn't be as funny as it is.
I know. I'm sorry, Jack.
I'm just imagining Techie just like rubbing his eyes. He's like, guys, did someone turn the heater on? Guys.
Yeah, because you're completely
How can
blind
you
and
catch snake at a time like this?
because you're blind and you're completely unprepared for the fact you didn't even get the chance to get out of the way.
No one even
you
told me
couldn't-
that was happening, so yeah, I just got hit totally unawares. The
Yes.
camaraderie in this team is baffling.
Actually, do an agility test. You might
Oh.
be able to sort of shield yourself from the flame a little bit.
Okay.
Just a flat agility test.
Just a flat agility test. Oh yes, 25.
Why can't I get any successful rolls?
I have 50 fucking agility and I still can't do this shit.
So,
So what does this mean for me?
basically, you copped it full in the chest, but by some sheer burst of luck, probably primarily because there's not much of you that's flammable, because of all your implants, you're actually very fortunate, and you only take 3 points of damage to the torso.
Okay.
You're still currently on fire, but you have it now that your eyes are now alight and you can see clearly. You are able
I'm
to
on
put
fire.
yourself out pretty quickly.
Oh, okay. So I can put my do I have to spend my round putting myself out?
Yeah.
Okay. Well, better that than staying on fire.
Stop, drop, and roll.
So it's not your turn just yet, but
Okay.
we now move over to Tashta. Consequences, mate.
Alright.
So what would you like to do? Currently, the only Gretchen that are posing any form of threat at the moment are the ones on the shooter up on the upper level.
Does the shooter have any chance of exploding?
Yeah.
Yep.
It may. It may. Or green
So
skin
I
weaponry has a
basically
chance to
just
do
can't
anything.
use my weapon for anything.
Well,
you
there's
really, you should have seen Freezer's launcher last time. He literally just chain
Oh my
exploded
god.
everything. Like 8 attacks
Crit
that
upon
critted and
crit
chain
upon
exploded.
crit.
It was hilarious.
I'd like to take a free action and tell the tech priest to stop, drop, and roll.
That's a free action. Just tell them to stop, drop, and roll.
Yep. Duralius, stop, drop, and roll.
I can see that!
So where am I? Like, where am I based after dodging now? Am I still, like, in the room, or am I outside the bulkhead with the Elder?
No, you're kind of at the very entrance of the engine room, and you're you still can get a firing arc on things inside the room. It's just that anything sort of around some of the tighter corners, looking down below you, you can't really catch a solid shot on anything.
So I'd need to take a half action to move in range of the guys in the gun.
No, you can fire it at them from this angle.
So I'd like to fire at the Gretchen on the gun.
Yep. So it's still within short range for you because the gun itself is only about 20 meters away.
Yeah, and I think my short range is 75 meters.
Yeah. So it's still within short range for you.
What happened? Okay, so now I just want to check with ammunition. How does that work? So I've taken 4 shots. Each of my clips has 36. So how do I keep track of that? Do I just make notes
Jot it
on
down on a piece of paper. Write it on the character sheet. It's just keep track of how many shots you have left in a clip, and just keep a track of that separate. So
Cool.
I find piece of paper is generally good for that.
Yeah, I keep. I personally have my amounts of clips in my gear, and the amount I've got left in my clip, I've got in my weapon stats.
Yep. So however you want to keep track of it, it's fine.
Okay. I don't know how many clips Tau get. Is it just 2 clips for everyone's primary weapon?
Should be. I'll just.
I got
check.
3. I got 3 with mine.
I'll check with faction. I don't think I read up on that.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Standard thing is you have 3 clips, which includes the clip currently in your gun.
Okay.
Right. Okay.
Yeah, I'll take full auto shots at the Gretchen on the gun.
0 to plus 30. Fire it well.
Two Gretchen on the gun.
Spare some get.
Still aiming at 2. Okay, plus 30, ballistic.
Well, hey.
Oh, shot. 17.
Oh,
Well,
you
you could
connected
with that.
so
Just
well.
please don't make anything else explode.
I'm gonna
You
say,
connected so
why
well
do I
with
keep
that.
making things explode?
So roll your damage for each of those shots.
So,
And a 17 means you shot in the right leg.
17.
Well, hey, that's.
Oh, he crit.
Oh, we crit. That's Righteous Fury. It's another attack roll, isn't it? Or is he pretty much dead?
They're pretty much dead. So basically the same thing. That first one, his legs turn into fiery stomps as he collapses.
Oh, good, more fire.
Situation needed.
It's not going to happen again because there's nothing particularly flammable about a shooter.
thank God. Stupid gun.
Second one. Yep. He's dead.
Yeah.
He's just dead. He's on fire. So much fire. Actually. No, you're good. Nothing explodes.
I was gonna say,
Hooray.
don't send another flaming Gretchen at me.
So 2 of them got caught full in the chest. Like one of them got his legs basically burned off from the sheer heat of the pulse rifle, and the other one basically torso just erupted in flames, and then his his arm also just got immediately vaporized from the heat. So yeah, two of the crew of Gretchen are now dead.
Yay! I'll avenge you, Nob, if you die.
Thanks for the vote of confidence on him.
Can't ask
We
what
just
would
gotta
you like
keep
to do.
Nob in like a truck now. Like he just doesn't get to go anywhere. He just stays inside a truck.
Can't ask what would you like to do.
What's left?
There is literally the meat bag off eating the Gretchen. There are 3 Gretchen still currently on the shooter up on the gangway above you, on your right.
I guess I'll try and clear out those Gretchen up on the shooter there.
Are you firing your
Pistol?
Reaper missiles?
I am.
Oh my God!
Dear God.
It's a close.
This'll end well,
game.
guys.
This is
Oh,
not
no.
gonna end.
Oh no.
How did I miss that?
99! You rolled a 99.
Oh, can that gun jam?
Actually, I do believe your weapon is best quality. I'm going to double check that because that would be hilarious.
Oh, jamming a missile launcher, that'd be good.
the missile explodes inside the missile launcher.
No, it is. That one is a best craftsmanship. They don't give those out to just any aspect warriors. So you're fortunate. Yeah. So as sort of like the missiles streak above you, the Gretchen like this kind of recoil at the fact that two of their buddies just got caught on fire. Then they see the missiles coming towards them and just say, "Duck, duck," and they get out of the way and they're just like, "Nah, nah, nah, nah." Duralius, you're on fire.
I like that introduction.
What would you like to do?
I don't
Pretty
know.
much.
Maybe put out the fire.
Yeah.
I know.
Drop, roll.
I'll follow their example and run at people while on fire. No.
So here's the thing. First off, start with the willpower test.
Oh shit. Oh yeah. Now I
God,
know what
if you
this
fail at
is.
the end,
Yeah,
it's like-
I've seen this before.
Woo, insanity.
It's not insanity. It's whether or not I can act normally. If I fail it, I'm running around screaming while on fire.
Yeah.
I'm running around
Oh,
screaming.
my
God.
No, you're
Yeah,
hugging
so,
people.
The character must take a challenging willpower test at the beginning of each of his turns in order to take action normally. Otherwise, he may only run around and scream, which counts as a full action.
Yeah.
Oh,
And
God.
I also take fire damage as well for being on fire.
So you take 1 level fatigue. Fortunately, the fire is not managing to cut through your toughness bonus. But
Okay.
you do still take 1 level fatigue.
Crap.
Okay.
Okay.
Just think, if this fire keeps up, you'll end up being a Necron by the end of this game.
That's something to look forward to. I don't have his
So-
weapon though.
Also, 3 Eldar would be sitting there staring at you.
Yeah.
So
Well,
the
2
the
Elder
gun,
and 1 with the launcher. It's probably going to shoot at you before saying anything.
okay, so the 3 Gretchen that are remaining on the gun, they return fire at you, Tashtar, to avenge their fallen comrades. Do a dodge check because they're firing all their bullets at you.
Oh god.
Stop firing all the bullets.
Oh god.
That is unfortunately a failure, so they hit you.
Don't hit me!
Put me out.
So what sort of armor? What's your total damage reduction on all parts of your body?
I've got 6 carapace armor on all parts, and I've got 3 toughness bonus.
So effective damage reduction of 9. All right, so let me just see where that hits. Okay, so first shot tanked off your head. The second shot dealt 1 point of damage to your head. They had good accuracy that round.
Jeez.
Yeah, apparently. What the fuck?
The second
Exactly
one
last
hit
time.
you in the arm. It just tinked off as well because your carapace deflected it. The last one, you suffered 2 points of damage to your torso.
So, how do I allocate damage? Is it just like a minus 2 points from my armor?
So basically, your wounds, basically, until you hit critical wounds, count them all as a big pile. So for that round, you
Yep.
took 3 points of damage.
So 3 wounds. So current wounds 3. So I
So
had
current
10 left.
wounds minus 3. So you should be on something like maybe 7.
I have 13.
All right.
Crikey.
How'd you get 13?
I had a really good wounds roll, and then the toughness bonus put it up to 3. We went over this. Like I was like, why the hell do I want toughness? Because I did the rolls on the when we did
Yeah,
the character
5,
guide.
7.
Yeah.
Yeah, you rolled max on wounds. Yeah,
Yeah, and then I rolled minimum fate points.
fair enough.
That's where it balanced out.
So the meat bag has finished eating the swigs.
Yay!
Meatbag has finished eating the Gretchen. It's now coming towards you guys in the center. So it's like plopping along the engine in the engine room, and it's plopping along towards you, Karnath particular. It doesn't get in range to bite you, but it's going to do that next turn.
Hooray. How far
Amarak,
away
what are
is
you
it?
doing? It's about 4 meters away from you.
It couldn't be 3, could it?
No. You're not going to get point blank bonus with a Reaper launcher.
How are the Gretchen above us? Are they like all three of them holding up the gun? Have they got it mounted on something?
They're kind of bracing it against the floor of the walkway itself, so no one's really holding it up. Basically, they need to hold it up to angle it downwards.
So yeah, so they're kind of hanging onto it to hold it there.
Yeah.
Cool. I'm going to compel one of them to push.
Alright. Test that.
Could work.
How many degrees of success do you get?
This has promise.
Why do I always roll 2? Whatever, it works.
It works. Unfortunately for you, they did actually resist it.
Aww.
The Gretchen
Oh,
Utah
what?
is just like, no. I got a Dakar.
I forgot how smart Gretchen were. Well,
They have
Dirty
cunning. Don't you know they have cunning?
there's not a great deal else I can do.
Yeah.
Help put me
Unfortunate.
out.
That is your turn. Vexra, what would you like to do? You're kind of hurt.
Yeah, I assume there's nothing I can do to heal.
Just
Fate point.
Does fate points, do they heal critical damage?
I know what you're going to ask, and no, they will basically, you'll have to heal your crit damage outside of combat, but basically it's going to bump up your wound total to positive again, but you will still have effectively crit damage, 1 on your head and 2 on your torso.
Mm,
Yep, so if you go under 0 again, it just gets even worse for you.
Pretty much.
I'll
That's
use
gonna
one of my
happen anyway.
fate points and roll to heal.
So
What is
it's
it,
a
1d5?
1d5? Yes.
Let me get a 1.
Oh,
I knew it. I'm still a negative 2.
No. Basically, the moment you spend 1 fate point, it basically counts you back up as 0, and then you have 1 wound, but
okay.
you still have critical damage of 1
1.
on your 2 on your torso.
I have fatigue, so I take a negative roll on everything I do, don't I?
yes.
That is
And,
true.
and bear in mind that we've still got a machine gun out there, and the dog's now about to attack us. Back.
Yeah, we'll be
Maybe I should...
finishing up shortly. So,
I'll just take a shot with one of my pistols at the ones holding the gun, I guess.
yep, you can certainly do that. You can do that as a full round if you want. And
Yes. So can I do that if full auto?
yes, you can. So plus
take
30 to hit.
But do I take negative 10 because of fatigue?
Yes.
You will, yes.
Okay, so it's just plus 20.
So yeah, plus 20.
No, you've just had the worst rolls this game.
Yep. The rolls were bad last game as well.
Really?
I'm starting to see a
Wow.
trend.
Yeah.
I think you should try and waste some of the rolls just doing stuff like awareness checks and concealment checks.
I think we have an average success rate of about 10% across the party. Just in general.
And 9% of that was freeze last game.
yeah.
So Tashtar, your turn. There is currently a meat sack off to your left, and there's still 3 guys up above on the right.
And me on fire.
That's
Can
true.
I find, like, with the, I don't know, if this, is it possible for me to find any cover so I don't get caught out in the open again with them?
Not really where you are currently standing. If you move to cover, you won't be able to fire full auto.
But I can get a single shot off?
You can.
Can I, what's the nearest cover? Is it the bulkhead where Freeze and Riser?
if you go back there, you won't get a single line. You can hide behind effectively a large crate, and it's basically going to count as extra effective armor or +2
Will
to
that put enough
your.
distance between me and the meat bag?
If he wanted to, he could probably hit you or Karnath this turn on its next turn.
Throw it
I'll go
up
into
there.
cover. I'll go into cover and take a shot at one of the Gretchens.
Fire. So just a flat ballistics.
Flat ballistics. Okay. No.
Just missed.
54.
Why?
Karnath, there is a flesh bag coming towards you.
Yay. I mean, sorry, Breeze. I'm just glad it's not coming towards me.
It is your turn to. What would you like to do?
I guess I better get that meat stack sitting directly in front of me.
You will be firing at a +30 because if you go full auto.
I have no other
launcher?
choice.
That's true. Also,
Come on,
you must be close to running out of a clip of ammunition at this time.
I have 3 shots left.
Oh god.
3 salvos, you mean?
Yeah, 3 rounds of firing. Yeah.
Alright, so fire at will.
Ah, for
Oh,
Oh no.
4.
Well, it's not a huge failure.
I've only got to roll. I've got to roll under 82, and I cannot do that.
So the missiles again streak past this thing that's coming towards you as it kind of like flops along. Duralis, could I get another willpower test?
You're still on fire.
Oh,
fuck this.
Oh my god.
I'm
Can't believe
actually
these
gonna,
rolls.
I'm gonna burn a
what's your
fate point.
Yeah, you can re-roll that.
Isn't
I'm gonna
it use a
re-roll
fate
it.
point, not burn a fate point?
Yeah, it's just
I'll use-
use.
well,
You're not
using it,
burning
yeah.
it. Yeah.
Oh man, why didn't I use a fate point?
There we
Oh.
go.
Hey!
Okay,
About
so
time.
now that you've done that, you are now thinking clearly enough that's just like, stop, drop, and roll.
Done. I'm getting rid of the fire. That's gonna go.
Agility test.
God. Come on, give him a chance here.
Oh shit.
Oh,
92.
Justin, get it.
You're all off the
Right,
platform.
got it. On a platform.
You can
Hey,
wait for
still
that as
got
well
one.
if you want.
I got 1 fate point left.
Do we regenerate fate points if we have a chance to rest?
Yes, you do.
Yeah.
If you use the
Okay,
nest-
hell with it. I'm gonna use my last fate point to get this agility sack.
Oh God.
Fuck.
Oh my God.
75.
Okay, there's
Okay,
something wrong
I'm
with
doomed to burn in the name of the Omnisire.
Okay, so your toughest bonus is 3, yes?
4.
4?
I think. Yeah, it's 4.
You take 6 points of damage and another level of fatigue.
Fucking hell. So now I'm down to 0 wounds.
Sorry,
It's not
Tech.
gonna go well. Why isn't anyone putting me out?
We've got the freaking machine gun shooting at us, and the meat bag walking to it.
I'm trying to hold my innards inside me from the critical damage I took in my chest.
I'm gonna take critical damage next turn.
Can what do you say? Can Rise boost Tech's willpower score to help him calm down?
Not
I contemplated trying to compel him to calm down, but I don't know if that's a thing.
potentially it's a thing, but it's more
Actually-
effective to just go over and help him put the flames out.
That's what I'm saying.
Cast Delude and convince him he's not on fire.
Wow.
Well, it'll bypass the will saves, yeah?
I'll only burn for
Okay. The shooter up the top is firing again. It clips you, Tashta. You may attempt a dodge check to get out of the way.
Shoot the freaking Gretchens. Yeah, Joy.
Unfortunately not.
Look, you gotta admit, there's something wrong with these rolls. We get 4 negative rolls out of 6.
Yeah, it does happen. So the first shot took
I just figured I'd throw a manual rollout just to test it.
My God.
So the first,
Unlucky.
so the cover that you sought only really protects you from the torso, arms, and shoulders down. The 2 times it hit you in the head.
Great.
So
Don't worry.
first,
Taking damage to the head isn't that bad. I
your
know.
first
fact.
shot was 13 damage, less your 9, so you took 4 damage to the head.
Ouch.
It's a bit of
Second-
damage.
Second shot dealt another 3 damage to the head.
7 damage.
7 damage. Oh my freaking god.
What are your wounds on?
Now I'm down to 3.
Yeah.
God, we're all gonna die from Gretchen. What the fuck?
So we
Died
killed.
due to fire.
So what? We killed like 50 orcs, but we can't kill a few Gretchen.
My powers
Yeah.
I
don't
can't
work as
kill
well.
a fire, so I'm a little
God.
worse than you guys
Kill
are.
a fire.
It's not one guy with a weapon, so I can't get them to mutiny against each other. If I convince one Gretchen to do something, the other 4 just go, fuck off, we're holding this gun too. Doesn't help.
I thought there were 3 on the gun.
There's still currently
Yes.
3.
Originally there were 5.
Kanath, the meat sack charges at you, and he bites you. You may attempt to dodge out the way.
Is there any bonuses to that, or is it a flat dodge?
I dodge.
This isn't working so well for me.
This is not working well. for
Good
me.
luck.
Rocket
Worth
jump for
trying
freedom.
not.
Hey!
Hey, you're good.
Hey, look,
It
it
tried to
freeze
latch
rolls
onto you,
it
but
back.
you definitely
He rolls
dodged
an
out
8.
the way.
So
Alright, it is your turn.
it's going to be another 6 rolls until we get the success again.
Yeah.
Until
we actually
up
hit
to
someone.
me.
Marak, yes?
Yeah, it's you.
Just wondering if I should attack the gremlins or actually be nice and help Techie.
Would an Eldar do that though?
That's
the main
that's the
question.
thing. I would help Techie. My character would never. Be like, or I could avenge by that guy, the bleeding lump.
Have you got the speak not unto the alien skill there?
Yeah.
Because I think that's pretty much means that like any attempt to help anyone is like -20 or something, especially with humans.
I don't think it would be in a negative if I was told to slap the shit out of a human.
Start beating the crap out of that human. Maybe get rid of the fire.
This character
Yeah.
suffers a -20 penalty on all fellowship best taste when dealing with humans.
It's
That's
funny 'cause
fellowship.
that puts me on about 10 fellowship.
It's not a fellowship test to help someone put someone out.
Yeah, that's like it's like asking the fire nicely to extinguish yourself.
You can do it, Duralius, if you believe in
Yeah.
yourself.
Tech, from now on, I reckon you should just walk around with like a miniature fire
So
extinguisher.
what are you doing, Amarak?
I'll help put Techie out.
What's that?
That's why I rolled a 1d2. I borrowed a page from Narshak.
Yeah, okay.
Because, like, basically, I guess to put this in character perspective, it's like, the more targets we have up and flailing, the better. He's not going to flail much longer, I might as well help him.
So,
Particularly because
basi-
Nob's, like, dead.
Yeah,
So
well,
basically
you lost
what's
one
this-
elder.
what this means is that as you go over to help him, on your next attempt to sort of snap out of it, and also your next attempt to snap out of to put yourself out, you're going to have a +20 to both rolls.
Yeah,
Shit,
you
hold
might
on.
get it.
Although we have been rolling 80s and 90s, so good luck with that.
Can we
Everyone help, and I might actually have a chance. Even for all 100, I'll succeed.
Yeah, if you get a +100, then you have to succeed.
Yeah.
I just
Yeah.
need a +60, and I'll be fine.
1 or
Faith roll
100
is
is
your
ultimate
turn.
success.
Sorry, Vaithral, it's your turn.
My turn. I'll take a shot at a full auto shot at the meat bag thing. That's attacking freeze.
You're shooting into melee. That
Am I?
carries a penalty. Yeah.
I
Shoot at the Gretchens.
Can I just use my chainsaw then? Seeing I have quick draw ability.
I always presumed you had your chainsaw out, but yeah, that's fine. What's your charge distance?
Wasn't I at melee? charge is 12.
Do you
Yep,
want
you
to
can
get
charge in,
into
in at a
melee with
plus
the meat
10.
bag
Wait,
before freeze?
what is considered melee range?
Within 2 meters.
And also bear in mind,
What?
freeze is probably going to shoot the thing.
How am I in melee range if I? But I
No,
still need to
Karnath.
move up to him.
Karnath
no.
is in melee range.
Karnath is in
with,
melee
the
with
meat sack.
Oh, right. He's
That's
in
what
melee
it
range,
means.
so that's
Firing
why.
into melee fighting. So
I
therefore,
thought he was actually in melee.
shot. Yeah, you're trying to be more careful with your shot because you don't want to hit Karnath by accident, right? So therefore, you get a penalty to shoot. Rice has the bell.
Yeah.
I
So
will.
Amarak will basically spend the rest of this time helping put Duralius out. So for the rest of the sequence, Duralius you have a plus 20.
Yay!
Maybe I guess
get
I'll
a
just
good
take a
roll.
shot at it with the shuriken pistol.
You can
can
still
I-
charge at it. As in, you might within range of charging at it and meleeing it.
But if Nob charges it, doesn't he risk taking more damage from it the next turn if it doesn't die?
That is true.
And
Oh,
bear in
screw it!
mind,
I'll do it for badassness. I'll charge it with my chainsword.
So remember, your chainsword has a bonus to hit because it's best craftsmanship. Also, you get a plus 10 bonus to your weapon skill because of the charge. Unfortunately, that is negated because you are fatigued.
Okay, so how much is the bonus? Plus just nothing, is it?
I believe you're currently at a plus 10 overall.
Plus 10 overall. This better hit. Of course it doesn't succeed.
Unfortunately.
Nah, miss.
missed.
That's unfortunate.
It's always good when the GM says that's unfortunate in that tone of voice.
Yeah. That's a happy
Tashna,
ending right there.
You copped the full bullets and few bullets in the head. What do you want to do?
Just a few, really?
Just 2.
Hey, you're not critically wounded. You're not holding your chest.
That's right.
Your like.
You're not on
it.
fire. Quit it.
Okay, God, well, what happens if I try to take a full auto shot at the meat bag now? Am I going to get double penalty
you're
for the
at-
2
You're
guys
at
in there?
penalty because you're shooting in the melee.
What's my penalty?
The melee, penalty for shooting the melee is not particularly nice. Unfortunately, I'll just get that for you. Shooting the melee combat -20.
That basically negates my full auto bonus.
Yep.
Mhm.
If you shoot poorly enough, there's a chance you might hit one of them.
Oh, even better! Great. No, I'm not risking that.
Yeah.
I'd like to full auto 2 of the Gretchen on the...
Only 2.
Full auto 3 of the Gretchen on the damn thing. Fuck, just kill
Plus
him.
30 overall if you're forward autoing.
So plus 30 ballistic?
Yep.
Are you freaking kidding me?
Oh,
Wow.
well, look on the bright side. At least you didn't
78.
shoot at us in melee range.
Yeah, if I had that roll with you guys, one of you would be dead.
That's oh god. This is something. Karnath, you may take a 2-meter step back, and you may fire at something. You will have line of sight on both the meat bag and the Gretchen on the walkway above.
If you fire at the meat bag, doesn't your explosion damage Nob?
The explosive radius of the Reaper missile launcher is actually fairly well contained, but if he misfires enough, he could hit Faith Thrall.
Yeah, the way I've been shooting, no, I'm not going to take that.
Well, if it was last 2 weeks ago, then I'd have faith in you. But going these rolls, no.
We're all gonna die.
Just a quick question: when you're in melee and you're outnumber, it says here if you outnumber them 2 to 1, you get a plus 10 to all weapon skill checks.
That's weapon
That's if
skill.
you're
So
using
if you do you have a combat? I believe you have a Xeno crafted combat knife or monoblade.
Yeah, it's kind of shit. So's my
Yeah.
weapon skill.
It really is bad.
I might be better off taking a step back. Is it
And
a
shooting.
step back?
Just
Is a
destroy the
step back a
Gretchen
half
so I can
action,
take...
or?
Oh, you can't
It's-
do a full auto at the Gretchen,
Well,
can
yeah.
you?
So it's kind of equivalent to a 5-foot step. So it's a 2-meter step back, free action, and then you can fire.
Okay. I may as well do that on the Gretchen because I'm not going to. I've got a weapon skill of like 30, so I'm not going to
Yeah,
hit anything.
especially because the fighting knife, mine does 1d5 plus 4, which is nothing.
Yeah, that's what mine does. Yeah.
I'll take aim next turn and try and fire into the melee, which will undo the penalty from you guys fighting.
All right. I'll step back and shoot at those Gretchen.
Plus
Oh,
30.
for crying out!
Crying out loud.
Oh my god.
Wow.
I'd like to file a complaint with the GM. Something's going on here.
I told you guys, seeing that our free's got a successful dodge roll, we're going to get the next 6 fails. And then,
Seriously, there's something wrong with this.
Okay,
oh my god.
Duralius, you're still on fire.
Yeah.
Get a
so
plus 20 though. Plus
I get
20.
a minus.
So-
So I still got a minus 10 for my fatigue, so it's only a plus 10.
That does not count in this instance. I'm not going to be that cruel.
Thank God for that, because it's only like I need a 63 or lower.
Deck, just think you're gonna get.
Oh my god!
Oh my
what?
God.
What is this?
This is ridiculous.
68.
There is something wrong here. I'm just
I
saying
was
it.
5 off succeeding, and I haven't got any fate points left.
What's your
Oh,
total
why do I
bonus
not?
again?
So the what? So you what? Just my
What's your toughness bonus?
4.
Okay, so the fire is just looking around you. It doesn't hurt you this turn. It does still inflict another level of fatigue. So I think you're now currently on 3, correct?
Yes. So
We
one
should
more
all
and I'm
just jump
passed
on
out.
Duralius.
what? Is it just everyone?
One more
is
fail, and
max
I'm passed out. So
Or is it just your toughness bonus? Once you reach your toughness, do you fall unconscious?
Let
Yes.
me double check that. I believe you exceed it, but you might just be.
Okay.
Uh,
You reach
where
it.
was
oh
it?
wait, yeah, I think it succeed. Yeah, exceeded.
Yeah, should it in excess with toughness bonus, so you can take 2 more. before
Okay,
you
so I got
pass out.
2 more attempts then. Yeah, that changes everything.
Ah, well, these Gretchen are still going to continue firing at the tower. Unfortunately, they missed entirely.
Thank you, Gretchen.
Well,
I'm gonna
that's
kill you.
Finally,
unfortunate,
they get a-
unfortunate for us. Finally, they get bad rolls for a
I'm
change.
gonna freaking kill him. I'm gonna kill him.
Oh man, we are so mad.
Okay, so the meat sack also missed in terms of trying to latch on to your leg, Vaithril. It is now
God.
your turn.
Well, I'll take another swing at it. With my
Yep.
chainsword.
I
Yeah, this has
did
gotta be-
neglect. Before you do that, actually, I did actually neglect last turn your Mandiblasters. You had a chance to use those.
Ah, right, I forgot about that. Should have used that before. Oh, I'll use them this round.
Okay.
I assume I'll take a -10 to the roll.
No, it's a
Yes.
free action. Basically, because they're psychically activated, you don't actually take the penalty for using them at the same time as your chainsword.
Oh, I meant because I'm fatigued.
Fatigue.
You will be fatigued, but at the same time, you get a plus 30 to hit because it's point blank range.
Okay, so it's 20 plus 20.
Swing.
So plus 20 for the Mandiblasters, and your sword's going to be the standard. Actually, sword's going to be at flat.
Yeah, because I get plus 10 and -10. So
Mm-hmm.
yes,
It's a hit.
something hit.
So Mandiblasters
It's a hit.
hit.
Oh, did that do the?
It did
That's
do
a
the
deep
raining
one,
damage.
yeah.
Just re.
Just roll 1d10
Can
again.
we just
1d10.
reroll? Yeah, I'll reroll
Actually,
1d10
hold on.
plus 3.
Hold on. Ignore that. Both rolls were the exact same thing, so I'm happy with that.
Oh, that works.
Okay, so it's 12 energy damage.
Yep. So basically, the Mandiblasters came out and started stinging the crap out of it.
We hit
still
something.
Dead.
It's still up and kicking though.
Well, ton brawls chainsword. Ah, oh, I can't. I got one good roll, so I mean I can't really complain about that.
You hit something.
Yeah,
I'm
I
still
hit
on
something
fire.
with a weapon, so I got one positive roll. I can't complain too much.
Yeah, just be thankful you're not on fire. You should be fine.
So
Being on
yeah,
fire is the worst thing in this game, I think. So you got to make 2 succeeding rolls.
Tashta, it is your turn. What would you like to do?
What did I miss? So
I tried to hit
Uh,
him with a chainsaw and missed.
Yeah, bullets are still dackering in your general direction.
Um. So Nob did 19 damage to the thing.
12.
12.
12. He missed
I
his chainsword.
My chainsword.
Okay, given that I don't want to risk freeze hitting Nob, I'll take the shot. I'll take an aim,
Yep.
the half action aim, and I'll take a shot at the thing to meet that.
You're still going to be at you're going to be at flat roll for that because the aim is a +10 and the short range is a +10. But it's a -20 to shoot in a melee.
It's a neg 20.
Yep.
I thought it was a neg 10.
I
No, it's
mentioned
a -20.
Fuck.
I thought it was a neg 10 as well. Well, it's a pretty
Yeah, I
high
thought it
roll.
was a neg 10 as well, which is why I did that.
And he did say -20.
God, be gentle.
Okay, if I miss, I'll just do a fate roll. I want this over with because I've got to go soon.
So flat ballistic skill.
Oh my
Oh,
Oh my god. That's
dead now.
98. You might need. I think it might be good to re-roll that because I can't get it much worse.
Yeah,
You get a
I'm gonna
100.
reroll. I'm using my last fate point.
All right.
I think we've all basically used our fate points.
Yeah.
Okay. Fortunately, it's not your degrees of failure were not excessive enough to clip Vaithral. It kind of shot past both of them and missed them both.
That's good that you did.
Karnath, it is your turn.
Please kill the Gretchen.
Oh, finally.
Okay, so that is you get 1 additional hit per degree of success. So you scored 4 missile strikes.
Destroy that stupid fucking
Yeah,
turret,
I think they're dead.
please.
So actually, where did you hit? Oh, you cocked him straight in the torso. So roll damage. I just want to see how much you do.
12. Right in the middle. And 9. Oh.
What the?
Oh my god.
Oh, wow.
Yeah,
Only
it's
one
okay
percent.
though because this is sufficient. Yeah, the pieces of the targets, pieces of their bodies fly in all directions as they are torn into bloody gobbets, and the entire area of that walkway is kind of like dripping blood and got giblets down below. So the turret has been silenced.
Okay, 1 to go. Just got the fat
Dralis,
guy
you're
left.
on fire.
Thanks for the
Oh,
reminder.
stop laughing about that. Oh,
Shut
I'm
up.
a terrible person.
So is it still +20 given that he's still helping?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. I succeeded that.
God.
So you got a +20 to put yourself out. So it's a flat agility. +20.
Oh my god! What is this?
91 on my agility roll to put myself out. So I can think clearly, but I forgot how to stop, drop, and roll.
Can we just
Yeah.
put him out of his misery, please?
Okay, so you suffer another level of fatigue, so you're currently at 4 levels of fatigue.
Oh my god.
You
This
also
is
take.
why fire sucks.
How many wounds were you at?
I'm at 0 now.
wasn't he?
I'm at 0 now.
Okay, hold up. I need to get the chart for this.
Oh my god.
Okay, so
I'm gonna die to fire of all things.
Tech,
From
you've
an
been on fire for the
explosion,
whole
from
race.
collateral damage. It's like not even a real fight.
the fire basically forces you to suffer another 4 levels of fatigue, so you are knocked unconscious.
Another 4
Oh,
levels
God.
of fatigue.
Still on fire while he's unconscious.
Yeah.
That'd be so unfair.
I am
Um,
still on fire while I'm unconscious, yeah.
You are still currently on fire when you're unconscious. Uh,
What's the
you're
critical
currently
damage?
You're currently critical damage 6 on your torso.
Fuck. Yep. This is gonna suck.
We all just need to take 8 hours after this freaking engine's taken out and just rest. I don't care if the whole planet's being invaded, we just rest for 8 hours because we're dead. We're all
You're
just
going to be
dead.
resting for a lot longer than that.
God.
So I'm more hurt than you are, Knob. So and I was on fire.
That is insane.
Fire
This
is
is why
terrifying.
fire sucks. This is why fire sucks.
Yes. So it is now the meatbag's turn. So the meatbag kind of lunges towards you and tries to latch onto you. It kind of jumps up to do that, and by doing so, it's completely exposed itself to your attack, Vaithral. You get a free attack on it with your chainsword.
Spread a hit. Spread a hit.
Yes, it hit.
Nice.
That's actually a really solid hit. So what did he get there? Once the chat stops moving.
Nicely
think he rolled a
done.
six.
Basically, as it jumps up to try and bite you, it actually you carve it in twain. You cleave the target from gullet to groin, revealing its internal organs and spilling them to the ground before you. The target is now quite dead.
Excellent.
Good to hear.
At last.
So
Can
everyone's
someone
dead.
put me out, please?
You can all go towards and can take a combined. With your combined efforts, you will be able to put him out.
Yeah, it's probably a good idea.
Yeah.
A little late now because I'm down. I
You're
can't
not
help
dead,
anymore.
really.
I'm down and out with heavy damage now. So
We could always test Patch's theory of hitting a missile near enough to blow out the flames.
then
Oh,
that's when
God.
you roll your 100, and it just hits me.
Oh, okay. So everyone's okay.
Everyone's okay now. What was that?
Oh no, I was just testing a theory. What he said.
Oh yeah, that's
So
right. Yeah, no,
that probably would have hit me by mistake instead of putting the fire out.
So
Oh.
the good thing is everyone's now alive and okay. People are currently in a bit of a bad spot.
I'm
Does anyone
sorry.
have the Medicaid check? A Medicaid skill?
Oh, I've got that.
Oh, thank God.
Would you like
I
to
most
attempt?
certainly do not have that.
Would you like to attempt to Medicaid Duralis and attempt to bring him back into consciousness? This is a pretty easy check to do. Otherwise, he's going to be unconscious for a period of time.
I'm going
I
to bring
mean,
him up purely because he's the tech priest, so he'll probably know more about the power source than we would. So
Just out of curiosity, can we use, because I know for certain that Faction has a Medicaid skill, can we use his Medicaid skill even though he's not here?
He's outside the ship.
Damn you, Faction. He's taking a nap.
Otherwise, this Medicaid check will basically bring him back into consciousness. Otherwise, he's going to be unconscious for 6 minutes.
Yeah.
Alright, well, what's the
Good luck,
check?
Freeze, because I definitely don't have that skill.
It's Medicaid
I
plus
don't have
20,
Medicaid.
but it's also minus 20 because you're attempting to render medical assistance to a Xenos.
So what skill does that work off?
Medicaid is intelligence. It's an actual Medicaid skill.
There should be something in advanced skills or basic skills or whatever.
If you don't have it, you can't do it.
I have it. I've got it on talents and traits there because I took it while upgrading, while leveling up. I just don't think I've put it into advanced skills. So it's just a flat intelligence.
That'd be a flat intelligence
Yeah,
check.
flat
then.
intelligence.
Oh man, haven't got a great intelligence.
Get a plus 20 because of the med kit you have with you.
Plus
Or
20.
the med kit that Vaithral's giving to you.
It didn't say I'll lose 20 because
You still lose 20, but
You gain 20 because he's unconscious or something, is it?
yeah, you're gaining because you're basically just trying to bring him back into consciousness. It's not anything
never
particularly
mind.
technical. So
Well,
the
he's
tech
unconscious
priest-
for the experience.
92.
the tech priest is currently out for 6 minutes.
He just,
So-
I assume he just kind of tried to slap him across the face. Wake up! Wake up! Nope, didn't work.
So the thing
All
about that
humans
is
have this organ, don't they?
the issue with sort of anything that may or may not have been acquirable from this particular sort of engine room, the power source is still in the middle. It's fully powered down now. The issue is that the fire probably destroyed most things that may have been of value. But you can basically stagger out through the tunnels and hallways back out into the fresh air and signal that it's all clear for them to start ripping out the power source. And yeah, that is that. They will commence doing that up now that you've cleared the interior of the infestation.
We're all gonna die. Just gonna die.
Me first by fire.
So, the all-important experience for tonight, you'll get 200 for playing. That includes Rise as Amarak. Faction will only get 100 for that.
So 200 for playing. What's our next rank? Is it 7,000?
Should be 7,000.
7,000 spent, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm at 6,000 to spend right now, so close.
I think I've got 250 left to
But
spend.
you haven't. You know, you can spend. You can buy abilities whenever you like. You don't have to wait.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, just if
Oh,
you're
as long
looking
as
to
they're
get
in the tree that I'm, as
Well,
long as
that's
they're
the
at the
thing.
rank that I am. Yeah.
There is actually a rule. If you want to get something that's not in your tree, if you discuss it with me, we can come to an arrangement. But it's generally more expensive than anything that is available in your tree.
Yeah, that's even if you go down ranks as well.
That's true. So once you progress upwards to the next tier, anything that you haven't gotten from the previous tier, it's more expensive than it was. It's double, I believe.
Yeah, so you're better off getting lots of skills at the first rank and
Yeah.
everything you need.
Well, the useful ones, anyways. Like I'm trying
Yeah.
to build for a stealth sniper build, so I'm trying to get stuff like sound move, consume, stuff.
So-
like that.
Yeah. Last bit of experience. I'm going to give the last bit of experience to. I'm going to give the last bit of last plus 50 experience to Vaithral because
Yes.
you probably pulled out the comeback for Sentry. I was expecting you to get much more heavily wounded than that.
Totally worth it. That bullet hole to the head and 2 bullet holes to the chest, worth it.
So, yeah, you've conquered the almighty Gretchen. Fear their wrath.
God,
Stronger than the actual
50
orcs.
orcs.
God,
Stronger
tell me
than
about
50 orcs we slayed. Fuck's sake.
Other than that, though, yeah,
The mightiest of them all is fire.
even though you guys got the crap kicked out of you, I still hope you had fun.
Oh, it's good.
Oh, a lot of fun just trying to hit reroll on the bloody willpower check and failing again and again and again. Then in the agility check, failing again and again.
You know what really sucks is if this wasn't a closed space and I got that shot that set the flamer on fire, it would have been great. If it wasn't
Yeah.
a closed space.
Yeah, look what happens now. We're in close quarters. Our strategic advantage completely gets nullified, and you can see it now.
But you know the problem is like all my weapons basically cause like fire because the other weapon I've got is a pulse pistol. If that thing hits them, it runs the same risk.
It was more the fact that orc weaponry is exceptionally shoddy. So
Yeah, volatile.
yeah,
Is it worth noting, guys, that if I didn't take out the Gretchen, they would have blasted it with flame the next turn, and the guys that were blinded would have, recovered by then.
you don't know that.
Well, maybe turn after, but you know what I mean.
I might have to go
That's
for
alright.
auto
It's alright.
singling.
It's just it seems that the Tower are the most destructive people in this group.
Oh my god.
And humans the most useless.
No, you've been good.
I've
Anyway, that's all for this session. Next
Thanks,
session will
guys.
be in 2 weeks on the 16th. So
Sounds
I
good.
shall.
Can we possibly move? Oh, actually, 16 should be alright. Sorry, I've just got this really big project coming up that weekend, so 16 should be alright. If there's a problem, I'll let you guys know next week.
Yeah. I go by the rule majority, so if the majority of people can make it,
Fine,
I'll
yeah.
run it.
Yep.
Hmm.
No,
Yep.
I'll definitely try and make it. I've just got to work the whole weekend, so I'll probably end up taking the Tuesday off anyways.
That's fine.
What does the skill takedown do?
Alright, I shall catch you guys all later.